Most GoHighLevel website tutorials barely scratch the surface. They leave you confused, missing key features, and you end up stuck having to figure it out all on your own. This video is different. I'm showing you everything with the GoHighLevel website builder. Every hidden feature, every hack, every trick, everything step by step. By the end of this, you will know how to build a complete professional website with GoHighLevel. Get ready, because we're going to go over everything. Nothing left out, nothing missed. This is the ultimate GoHighLevel website guide. So when I say website mega guide or website ultimate tutorial on high level, I mean it. We're going to be going over everything websites. So what most tutorials do is they come into this tab, they go to websites, and they just show you how to build a website. We're going to go way beyond that, because if you notice, there's a sites tab with a bunch of different things, not just websites. Okay, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to start with websites. We're going to go over the website builder, okay, all things just setting up your website. Then we're going to be going over the e-commerce side of things, because you have to know that because it plugs into website. Then analytics, we have to go over that because you got to see what's working, what's not working. Blogs, okay? The WordPress integration, very important. Forms, so many people skip out on this. Like if you want to capture info, you need forms. Surveys, chat widget. That is AI chatbots that can talk on your site. We're even going to be going over calendars, because embedding calendars in your site, they can get you way more booked appointments. We're also going to be going over other really important things that are missing in a lot of people's website flow, which is like custom values, custom fields. Very important for scaling quickly. Going over domains, so that's connecting a domain, transferring a domain, and all that other stuff. Because guess what? If you cannot connect a website to a domain, your website can't be live. So we're just going to go over everything to do with websites inside of high level. Guys, this video is going to be super in depth, like super in depth. We're going to touch everything. So please get ready, because this is a long video. But I see so many people only know a bit about websites, and then their websites don't convert or rank on Google because they just don't understand the whole picture. In this video, we're going to be painting the whole picture so you understand everything from A to Z. So buckle up, because this is about to be the most in-depth high-level website tutorial available on YouTube. So the first thing we're going to start with is the website builder. Let's jump right in. So the first thing I want to do is just break down the differences between funnels and websites, and even what the chat widget is and how it integrates, because I get a lot of questions on these three topics, and they seem to be very kind of like disjointed, where if you could just pay attention in this video, I'm telling you, it will save you hours worth of time, because they're all very interconnected. And if you can just understand the way they work together, it's game over. You'll literally make money faster and have less stress. So let's really jump in just to the differences and really what these are. So the first thing I want to explain is a funnel. So a funnel is just a path guiding people to one action like buying. Think ads, okay? Ads are heavily used with funnels because it's driving people to a very specific action, okay? Websites, on the other hand, are a place for people to learn more and explore, okay? It's a brochure of your business. Think SEO. It's built to rank. And again, these two can have overlap. You're starting to see this in 2025 and beyond, is funnels and websites are kind of blending into one, but they're very much different in nature. And I see a lot of people building funnels when they need to be building websites, and when a lot of people need to be building funnels, they're building websites. So that's something that definitely gets mixed up, but they're very different in that kind of way. But then you have chat widgets, and a chat widget is a tool for real-time chats, often AI powered, on websites and funnels. So think sales. So the chat widget gets added to both of these, and it will just help your sales go up like crazy. Okay. It is something that goes on both. I want to make that abundantly clear. And a lot of people literally are not using chat widgets the right way. They put it on there to just think it's just this like customer support thing. But in reality, this can literally get you so many more sales if it's properly implemented on both funnels and websites. This is a funnel, okay? Very much designed towards one call to action. Here's the website. It's a little more intricate. It's got a lot more text and a lot more stuff on here because it's built to rank. And then a chat widget, if you didn't know, is this thing right here. It's on the website there, so you can click it and talk to it and have conversations, and it will chat back and forth with you and potentially sell your customers and do a lot of other things. So between these three, okay, you basically can have the all-in-one sales machine, which is really what you need. And in this video, I'm going to show you the ins and outs, okay, of funnels, how to set them up, how to kind of work with them, the ins and outs of websites, in case you understand websites and even SEO, and then more importantly, how to add a chat widget to both of these to just make your sales go crazy. Again, your clients most likely don't have this properly set up, and if they do, they will like you a lot more, which means they will most likely pay you more and more. Okay, so you're going to come into your Go High Level dashboard and you're going to go on down to sites. So first we're going to walk through building funnels and websites, and then later on we will go into the chat widget because that's what you do last. And to be honest, the funnel builder and the website builder are very simple. There's just really 2 or 3 differences in the way you set these up that is different. So on both, to create them, you just click new funnel, okay, and you can pick from blank or from templates, which you can go over, which are pre-made websites, okay? If we come over here to websites, it is the same thing. You can start from blank, which is scratch, or you can start from templates and choose from a bunch of different templates. And anytime you create anything in here, it'll be right in here, all of your websites and all of your funnels. And you can click these 3 dots to edit them, clone them, which is move to a folder if you have a bunch of websites in one thing, upload to funnel templates. You can do the same thing with websites, which is just on agency view, it's templates, share. So you can actually share these with other agencies, other sub accounts. So it's like literally you could take one website and put it in another account. How cool is that? By just, 3 clicks, and then delete it. Obviously we'll delete it. And it's the exact same thing on both of these. So this is the difference between funnel and websites. And this is before I'm going to jump into the building part of it. I just want to show you this right here because this is where they differ. So when you click them, this will pop up for funnels. When you click websites, okay, this is what's going to pop up, and it's a little bit different. So in here, in a funnel, you have the ability to set up steps. So when someone buys from you, you can then send them to a webinar, okay? Or it could be send them to a thank you page, because when you're doing ads or tracking, it needs to understand, did someone submit? Did someone do this? So it has data so you can know where people went. So that's really the big difference between websites and funnels is you just have this. And it just looks a little bit different. Other than that, it's pretty much the exact same thing, okay? And in funnels, you'll see right here, you can click products. This is where you're going product into your funnel. By the way, if you go into products and watch my full video on that, you literally just add them in here. You will click this, follow the price, the name, and it will literally put it all in. And then publishing is just making sure you have the step name right and the URL. Again, very, very similar. It's just this one difference is that the funnel has steps involved. And to do that, you just click add step. Okay, you put the name in, the path in, or you can import from High Level, or you can import from ClickFunnels, and then you create funnel step, and you can create as many of these as you want. So that's really the only difference. Now, you have these right here, these tabs, and they're exactly the same. So stats is just a place where you're gonna see all the clicks, views, et cetera, et cetera. Sales, where if you have a product, it'll show you all of the people that bought right here. Security, this is adding advanced stuff, code to make your funnel or website more secure. Events, okay, this is if you're going to set up an event. A lot of this has to do with tracking and other stuff like that. And then settings, okay, which will be the same on both, okay, but I wanna walk you through this. So the first thing you have is the name. So this is just the name of the website. You can edit this as is. Next, you have domain. So we're gonna be going over this last because this is how you make a website live. You'll just pick the domain right here. The path, so this is the URL you're looking at. So, davidplumbingandsons.com/Dave's Plumbing. So you put that right there. The favicon, this is the little icon up on the tab you see, like it might have a little Amazon logo or your logo. So you're gonna wanna put that in if you want that. Head tracking code and body tracking code is for most likely be doing ads. This is where you put it. It's just understanding tracking and who's going what. Chat widget, okay, you can select a chat widget from here. We can also select it on the website. There's a lot of different ways we can do this, but I'll be going over that last, okay? So don't worry, but you just click this and it will then add said chat widget to the website. And then you have payment mode. This is just allowing payments, require a credit card. You can have that enabled. Image optimization, that just basically squeezes images to make it load faster. Optimize JavaScript, the same thing. It just makes it run faster. And then GDPR compliant, which is basically going through and making sure that it's compliant with the European Union and a bunch of other stuff. You can, research that if you want. But these, you can just leave them on and then you just click save, okay, or delete funnel. And guys, it's the same thing over here. So I just want to make that part clear because a lot of people are like, what's a funnel? What's a website? That's it. One has steps, the other doesn't. One, which is funnel, is meant to sell. Website is just meant to bring people there and kind of show them around. But again, you could blend them together. But that's really the only differences as far as setting them up. And again, just to be short, when you want to create these, you just click this right here and you pick either from scratch or templates. Funnel AI is not good enough right now, so we're not going to worry about that. By the way, if you have any questions or this is confusing at all, just drop a comment down below and I'll answer as fast as I can. So now that you understand all that, it's now time to actually go through and build the website or funnel and go through the builder. Okay, so you're going to click new website. By the way, this is exactly the same on both, same with the builder. So once you understand one, you understand both. So just understand that. So you can either start from blank, which is literally just white space, and you plug in all the elements, which I do not recommend doing, or you can choose from templates, okay, which is pre-made templates that are already built out that you can select. I mean, they have so many templates and they're already completely pre-made. I mean, you got all the categories you can want, whatever you want. So you can just click software and technology, boom, all the software stuff pops up. You want to do law firm, you click that, boom, all the law firm stuff pops up. So you pick whatever you want. You can even search for it, pick most popular, most recent, and find whatever you want. And if you like something and it looks interesting, you're like, oh, this looks cool. You can click this little eyeball, which is going to let you view it first. Because a lot of people want to see what it's like, but like, it's kind of cool. This is like a little mini one. But you can pick whatever you want and you can just click the eyeball and it's going to show you exactly what you want. You can put it in favorites if you want to use it later. But if you want to continue, you're just going to click continue. So what we're going to do is we're going to click continue. Okay. And now it's just going to add it automatically. Like, guys, HighLevel has made it so damn easy to do this. Back in the day, you had to build this shit or go through all this extensive stuff. They have a bunch of websites and funnels professionally made. You just have to pick one and then edit it. So this is what it's going to first look like. This is what the builder looks like. And don't get overwhelmed because I'm going to make this really easy and explain this to you and really go over everything. But this is the exact same as on the funnel builder. They're the same exact thing. But I really want to break down what you're going to be using because there's a lot of buttons here, but they mostly pertain to one or two things. So the first thing is most of what you're going to be doing is going to be in these 3 tabs. That's how to add stuff to the website, change it around, simple stuff like that. So most of it's going to be in there. Everything else is just mostly settings. Okay. And every single thing you put on here will have a extra bar down here, which is the extra settings on it. So say if you put in a paragraph, this would have all of the ways to change the font, to change the size, all of the little things, the color that have to do with the things you're putting on the page. So think of it's like it starts on the left hand right over here, put it right in the middle, and then you edit it further on the right. So again, I'm going to be going over all this. I'm just kind of breaking that down simply. And then up here is just extra settings that you'll play with once you're done. And then up in the right-hand corner is how you publish, save it. And then if you click the eyeball, view it. Okay, so it's very, very simple like that, but that's really just the way it works. And again, and over here, you can turn it into mobile mode or desktop mode to see kind of how that works. And you have these undo and redo buttons right here, and then you can check revisions up here. And again, to publish it and save it, that'll be saving your drafts like in a Word doc and then viewing it by clicking the eyeball. So you're going to be wanting to use those constantly, but I'm going to be going over these things up here last. I'm really going to focus in on this first and then move our way through because I think this is the fastest way to learn. A lot of people are like, what is this button up here? What is this? What is that? And it's overwhelming, but I'm just going to show you the core things and what they do and then what everything else means. And then from there, you will be a pro. And then you can do this both on websites. And I mean, you can basically understand what's going on and build professional websites or funnels in a day. It's that simple. Okay, so the first thing we're going to be going over is elements. It's this plus. So click this because this is going to be the building blocks of your website. So the first thing I want to break down is sections. So sections are the rough building block of it. So if we put this right here, you'll see it's an entire section and then we add rows. So if this all sounds confusing, let me break it down in one right here. See if we hover over this, you see this purple, that is a global section. Within that, okay, you go down, you see a blue one. Okay, so that's making it a little bit smaller, which is a row. And then in here you have elements. So elements would be pictures, videos, text, graphics, clocks, whatever you want. That goes in it. But in order to have that, you have to have the overall building block. So just think of sections as building blocks. Okay, you have full, width, wide. And in order to build anything, you would have to put it in. Or if you come right in here, you can just click this plus and allow you to do it. So that's an easier way to do it. Okay. And then in all of those is rows. So how many columns do you want per row? And if you look down here, which I was talking about earlier, the blue, let's find it right here, is the rows. It's like 1, 2, 3. So in here, you have 2 elements within 1 row. But if you wanted to, you could add, say if we click add rows, we could add 3 columns, okay, within that, and then 3 elements in each or whatever you want. So just remember, this is the rough building block of how this works. The thing is, guys, is once you have a template already set up, you don't really need to go super in depth in this, but once you have a template set up, you don't really have to be playing a lot with this because a lot of the stuff's already done. And then as you see right here, okay, you have these 2 things. So this is to move it around, this is to duplicate it, and then this is to delete it. And then over here is to move up and down settings on it and then make a global section, which we're getting to in a little bit. So we don't need this. We're going to click delete. And again, you can go through all this and just delete whatever you want. I don't want this. I don't want that. And then if you don't like that, you can just come up and click undo, and then you have it again. So that's really how the sections and rows work. Now, within every single one of these is elements. So these are the things you're going to be adding, okay? So you have text elements. So this is all things with text. You then have forms, which are like submit a form now. Full videos on other channels if you don't even know what that is. Blogs. And then you have blogs, okay? So written content, you can plug that in. You have media. So this is going to be images, videos, all that stuff is elements right here. Custom, so this is stuff with code, calendars, surveys, and all this stuff. Countdown timers, that's just timers to do countdowns, kind of just a little widget. Any sort of other blocks like dividers and stuff like that. Social, which is just all your social media profiles. And then order elements, which is stuff where you can like order products and stuff. I'll go over these, but I just want to make sure you understand this is what's in elements. It just has all of the things that you're going to be building on said website. And again, you can just scroll down and look, oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Oh, I want that. And you literally take it and you drag it and you drop it in and it's right there. It's literally that easy. You drag and you drop, okay? So that's how elements really work. But on every element is then extra settings. So watch this. If we take a headline and we put it in right here, you'll look over here and you have all of this other stuff on the right. This is all the other little details, okay? So again, this is naming it. This is the background color you want, as you see right here. This is opacity. So is it fading? Can you see through it? Okay, alignment. Do you want it to the side? Do you want it centered in the middle? Okay, font size. How big do you want said font? Okay, font weight. So this is how thick it is. Colors. Okay, you can add any sort of color to this. You can make it, red, pink, whatever as you see right down here. Okay, and then margin and padding is moving it around. And guys, what I want to convey to you is that this is basically the same for all the elements. Okay, you plug in an element, and then on the right-hand side, this little column here is all of the little details you can do with said element. It's very simple, okay? And I'm not going to go into every little thing on every element because there's so many random things and GoHighLevel add stuff all the time. But once you understand one of them, you understand the basic rubric of how this works because it's the same on everything. So this part is where a lot of people get confused. This is just adding buffers, okay? You see space, okay? You come here to margin, and that's basically, when we come up to margin, we put 40, it's pushing above said element. So think of it this way. Padding is in the element, so it's pushing within the element, and margin is outside of the element. It's spacing. And all it's doing is putting space. And you can play with this however which way you want. You just play with the dial here or pick a number or type it in, and you have it on all four sides. That's the way you can get the text to other sides of the page, or your image or your slider or whatever the beep you want. It's all right there. So again, this layout is basically for all elements. So you have animations too. I'll just go through this. This is just making stuff go like that. Ooh, look at that. Up, down. You have all these other little animations to do with said element, okay? And you have all kinds of ones you can play with. Again, I don't know what you want, but you just click them here and experiment with them or click clear. And then advanced, this is just extra stuff like having box shadowing, okay, text shadowing, any sort of border. So I'll show you right here what a border looks like, okay? It has a border. I don't know if you can see that. Let me add this border. Okay, we'll come in here, see border color. We'll make red, okay? And you see the border? I don't know if you see that. It has a border. You can make borders on anything. And guys, again, I'm going to reiterate myself because I think it's really important and we need to be reminded more than we need to be taught. But all of this is the same on HighLevel. There's all these little things you add just like that. And it's just in advanced, okay? Okay, so all of the text is exactly like that. And you just play with it how you want, okay? And by the way, if you're wondering any kind of tips on SEO and this stuff, I have a full masterclass that's completely free on my YouTube channel that goes over this. But that's how all the text works. And then you have buttons and forms. A button is exactly what you think it is, okay? It's a button. And you're starting to see it's the same exact layout as in text. So you can play with the color, you can play with the font size of said button, okay? You can do the weight, whatever you want. Animation, same thing. You can animate it, and then in advanced, borders, different things, and then you're good to go. One thing I want to show you right here, which is pretty cool, is this right here makes it visible on one. So if you don't want it to be seen on mobile mode, you could click this section or this thing right here, go to advanced and click this or click this, and it will not show up on mobile. Or if you don't want it to show up on desktop, let's say we don't want this image to show up, we can click this and it disappears. So that's a way to get stuff to appear or disappear on your website. So that's going to be for all of the elements, okay? And then in forms, this is very simple. You just put a form in here, you drag and drop, and you pick the form you want. So let's say we want form 2. Guys, by the way, if you don't understand forms, I have a full masterclass on my channel on this. I'm expecting you to know what that is. But you'll create them over there, and then you just click the form, and then you get this. So it's very simple. It just automatically puts it on your website. So make sure you watch this video if you're confused at all, okay? And then down here we have blogs, okay? They're all pretty much the same. You just drop a blog in here, and it just pulls all of your blog posts and puts them on your page. If you do not understand blogs, again, channel, watch, media. Okay, this is images, okay, photo galleries, videos. So I'll show you how this works, and then we'll just quickly go through this. Guys, again, I'm breezing through this because it's the same for every single thing. You click an image, it's the same exact margin, text, border. It's all the same. Animations, it's the same thing for every single element. Once you understand for one, you understand for all, other than the little basic settings. So with images, this is how you work images. It's a link, okay? And if you click this right here, it's going to take you to the image library, and you can pick whatever you want. So if I go, I want this image, I click it, and boom, it's going to pop up right there. But the other way to do it is getting said link. So if we click these three dots, you can get link, okay? And this is how a lot of the stuff will work on the website. And you can just copy and paste said link in here. So we go like this, paste, and now that pops up. So that's the other way to do it. So again, all images, all of this stuff will be in the image library, which is this right here, which you can connect your Google Drive or just click upload and upload all of your photos into it that simply. But you just pick what you want and then you are good to go. But if you don't have any images, I'm going to show you a little hack. If you come in here, you can actually come into Unsplash or Pixabay, and they have all these free photos. So we could just do flower, and boom, you have all these free photos you can play with. How cool is that? And you can go to Pixabay too, and you have the same thing, all of these free photos. You can literally type in anything, car, tree, house, and you just click it, insert media, and boom, you now have a flower. How cool is that? So GoHighLevel gives the ability to use all these free photos if you don't have photos. And again, to do that, you just come right in here, okay? And you would just click My Media and click one or the other and type in what you want and then click it. So it's very, very simple. That's how all the images work. And again, all of these other things are just playing with the size. So we do 300, okay? It's gonna size it down and up. Same rubric, same thing. Animations, advanced. It plays with the size, the color, the border, and how it pops up on the page, whether you want it visible or not. You just go through and you click it. It's the same thing across the board. So that's how images work, okay? So if we click this right here and then we go to video, video is a little different. Then in here, image slider, photo gallery, it's just a bunch of photos plugged in. So if we go right here, you do photo gallery, you just put the exact images you want in, plugging edit image, and you can now have a photo gallery in there. Simple as that, straightforward as that. That's really all you got to do. So once you understand the images, you basically understand all the other image things. Then in video, okay, so if you want to put a video here, we're going to click this, okay, and we have this right here, video type. So you have YouTube URL, so you can plug in a URL here. So you just come right here and paste your URL, whatever you're using, okay, and boom, right there is my free partnership. How cool is that? So you just pick whatever you want to put it in. If you don't want to use a URL, which is just copy and pasting the link, you could put a Vimeo, okay, and you could embed it, okay, that's just another platform like GoHighLevel Wistia, which is a paid platform. Okay, custom embed, HTML5, adding a bunch of stuff, or you could just do a hosted video, which is something you would upload into GoHighLevel, and you would just select the video, and that would be a video that you plug into GoHighLevel. So this is a video I had right here. Let's just see what happens. It's plugging in to show you guys, and then boom, it's good to go. It's actually loaded, even though it doesn't look like that. It's just because I don't have a thumbnail there. If you actually view this live, it'll have the video and you can play it. But same thing as always, you have all these extra features, autoplay, auto pause, that just allows you to play videos or not, and you're pretty much good. And you can even generate leads from your video. So it's really cool. Again, same thing with advanced, border, sizing. It's the same rubric across the board. Okay, then we move into custom. This is just going to have custom code. If you want to add any code in here, you would slide this in just like this. You'll click this right here, you'll click this, and you paste your code right there. So that's if you want to add any code. Survey, if you have any surveys, I have full videos on my channel, you would click this right here, click the exact survey you want. It will then pop up on the page. So very simple, just like that. Then calendar, if you have any calendars, it's the same thing. You drop it right in here. You select the calendar, you click what you want, and the calendar now pops up on the page. Guys, HighLevel makes it so easy. Once you create it somewhere else, the website thing, you just click, 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 and you're done. A map, okay, so this is if you want to add something to Google Maps. So you can click this right here. You can click open search box, and you can pick exactly what you want. So let's say we want to do Long Island City. Okay, we're going to leave that right there, and we're going to click yes, save, and then it should move it. I don't know why it's not, but then you pick exactly what you want, where you want the thing to show up. Advanced, same thing. You guys are starting to catch on because you are very smart, fast learners. SVGs, these are just basic files you can add. So like a clock, a picture, and you can just come right in here to open SVG editor. You can pick the exact colors you want, how you want that to look. By the way, SVGs are literally like cartoon images, and you can just upload them in here, and then you're good to go. I never really use those, so that's up to you. And then reviews, this is a lot of stuff that's reputation management. If you already have the review site set up, this is pretty cool. This will just pull in all of reviews. If you haven't seen my reputation management videos, watch this, because it's going to take all of the reviews that come in and just pre-populate them in here, listed out. So that can be very, very handy. Okay. Then we come down here, you have countdown timers. So these are just timers that you can do basic countdowns on. Okay. Let me show you, because this is like that. Okay. And it will just set a timer, like 50 seconds until you buy our product, or, whatever you want. Same thing. They're all over here. Blocks. Okay. These are just basic stuff like dividers and simple stuff like that. If we make it red, you'll see right here, it's just a line. Same thing. Advanced animations. You can play with the customization side of things. Okay. Social icons. This is how you add social icons to said website. They're all like this. You come right in here, you put them down. You go, oh, I want someone's Facebook. You literally put the URL in, you click update, and now you have a Facebook, Instagram, X, whatever you want. You just plug it in just like that. So that's how you add the social icons. And then down here, you have the order elements. Okay, this is just if you want to buy stuff. So you drop this right in here. You put in exactly what you want. You put in the exact product you want. I recommend you leave that on funnels, but then you're done and you're good to go. So I wanted to just let you know, I did go through this extremely fast. The reason being is they all have the same building block. And I know I've probably said that 40 times on this video, but it's so important, because a lot of people are like, how does this work? How does this work? It's all the same exact rubric, except for a couple different basic settings. So again, you go into elements when you want to add stuff to your website, you pull it from the left side, and then in the right side right here, this is where you edit it further. So again, left is to create, right is to edit. Simple as that, and you are good to go. So that is all of the elements. That's how it works. Again, you can search for it, drag and drop, you know what to do, and then you are good to go. So once you understand these three and how the right-hand side works, you can pretty much build anything on the web page. Now, all of this other stuff I'm about to go over is just setting on those three things. Okay, so every page won't be like this page, but if you make stuff a global section, and the way you do this is you'll click it right here, and you can come right up here and click this up here in the right-hand corner, make a global section, and it will make whatever you want a global section. The header is a global section. It stays the exact same across every web page, and when you edit it in one place, it edits across all. Same with the footer. By the way, if you don't know anything about websites, every website has a header and a footer, and those are global. That way, when you change one thing down here, it changes across the board. But you can make whatever you want global. And again, to do that, you just click that right up there, this button right here. And okay, if you can't see it because my face is in the way, it is just the little square with a little like machine looking thing. But that's how you do that. Very simple. And that's how you make anything global. And you can delete them right here, edit them right here. But that way, you don't have to go across if you want to keep, let's say, a review widget on every single page. You just make it global, and it will then stay across the board, and you edit it one place, it edits across all. So that's what global sections are. You come right in here, you click this right here, and you edit or delete. Okay, section templates. Okay, this is how you add a template into a section if you have these already pre-built out. Okay, if you don't, I have other videos on that, but we'll check that out. Widget marketplace. This is if you were adding anything to your website, like other random things. You would just click install, drag and drop. Okay, store. I have full videos on this, but you can turn any website on GoHighLevel into an e-commerce platform by literally clicking add to site. Check this out. Like, it's insane. It will just make this an e-commerce store. Like, try that, flag. You just click it, and then all of a sudden it has a store. So it's awesome. But that is how you would add an e-commerce element to this. As you see right here, it literally pops this up right here. So you now have the store side of things. You even have the shopping cart. And again, I have a full video going in depth on e-commerce because it's its own beast. But that's the basics of it. Then over here, you have pre-built sections. This is amazing. However, recently added this. This will save you a ton of time. If you don't like something on the page, you can come anywhere in here to call to action, to FAQs, to footer, whatever you want. And they have entire sections pre-made out. So say we wanted an about, we can literally take this and drop it right here. And check this out. It's now a completely pre-made section that looks nice, really cool, and it's already there. So this is great if you're building blank websites, but this is actually a feature that I really like HighLevel did, because WordPress and a lot of other website builders had it. And once they added it, they actually did a really good job on it. So it's huge to save you time. So again, if you don't like a part of the website, you can come right in here, whatever you want, and you can just drag and drop one of these bad boys and make it look awesome. So again, like, this is pretty cool looking. Like that's pretty nice. Like, it's done. The work is done. It's just another thing HighLevel did to save you a ton of time. So that's if you want to add any of that. Okay, buttons. I don't really understand why they have this, because you can just add this in elements. I don't get it. Okay, but we're going to come back here. So that's if you want to add buttons. Social media icons. Same thing as we did before, but you can access it through here. Drag and drop, just like I showed you. Countdown timers. Same thing in elements. You have access to it in elements. Images. Same thing with that. And then progress bar is the same thing that's in elements too. I really don't understand why they have it right here, because you can access all of this in Elements as well. I guess it's just a quicker way to do it. But that's it. So that's what this entire bar means. So if you're confused at all, again, rewatch this video. But a quick recap, you'll come in here, you'll take what you want from the left-hand side, you'll drag and drop on the page right here, just like that. And then you'll come to the right-hand side to edit it further. So that's just the flow. That's how it works. Everything high level. It's so simple when you think of it this way. A lot of people go through every button, everything does, and it just confuses you. I like to make things simple. That's what the GHO wizard does. He likes to make things simple. And the simple way is that create from the left, put in the middle, edit on the right. That's it. Just remember those words and you will be a website pro overnight because it will simplify everything. So now that you understand all the elements, let's go over this top bar here because this has to do with all of this stuff. It's the fine little settings. So the first thing is layers. So all this is a way to find specific things if you can't find it on the page. So we go right here and we click this right here. It's now going to highlight this exact column. Or we come down here to our story and we click this right here. It is now going to go down, as you see, and it's highlighting it. And you go and you click this, it will then go in and highlight that exact thing on the bottom part of the page. So layers is just a way to find stuff on the page easier. Pages. This is all of the pages that you have on a website, and you can just click it right here. And it's an easy way to access it. Just to show you what a lot of people do is they come out here. This is a good thing High Level did because they used to not have this. You could come out here and you go, okay, I want to access this page now. And I want to access this page. And it's like, what are you doing? That's wasting so much time. You can just come right in here to pages and find the exact page you want and click it, and it will take you there, and then you can start editing it. So if your website has a lot of pages, whenever you want to switch, you will click pages up here, and you will switch said page. That way you can edit every page from one thing and you don't have to come back here and click edit, new tab, edit, new tab. You can do it all right here through. So pages going to be your best friend because that's how you access all of it. And if you have e-com, it'll be right down there. Then you have tracking code. So this is specifically for ads, or if you're doing stuff with schema markup and SEO, you will put header tracking code here and footer tracking here. And you just copy and paste the code in and you done. So that's how that works. So then we have custom CSS. So if you don't know what CSS is, it is the design side of websites. So HTML, the code, is basically how the website is structured. So the text, the images, and stuff, this is what makes it look designed. So animations, flashing colors, that's what CSS is. So if you want to customize your website further, you can add this in. And if you want some practice, you can go to ChatGPT, Gemini, Grok, whatever you use, and you can ask for custom CSS to add to your website to play with this and see how it works. That way you can play around with it and get practice. Okay, then we have typography. So this is the global fonts across the board. So if you want all of the fonts to then be BA bangers, it's going to change the fonts across the board for all headlines. Same with the content, which is a smaller. You can pick in the exact kind of font you want across the board. Then you can pick the exact color you want said font, the exact link color. And then you can just click publish, and it will go across the board and change it. So again, in typography, this is where you change the global side of things. So backgrounds. So this is pretty cool. On all of the backgrounds, you basically have both an image or a color. So like right here, this is the background, okay? We're gonna change it to red. Now, all of the backgrounds on this entire page will be red. It's just the default background, or orange, pink, whatever you want. Or you can add an image to said background. So let's put my beautiful face in and let's see what happens. So boom, look at that. You can literally see me in 4K, and you can do a parallax, which is this, it's moving with the screen, or you can do no repeat, which just keeps it fixed, and you pick what you want. So again, that's going to be the background image and color across the pages globally, okay? Pop-up settings. A pop-up is what it looks like. It's when you go on the website and then something pops up. It's like, hey, 15% off if you click this link. This is where you'll access all of that. You will just click pop-up settings. You'll come over here. You'll configure it the way you want. You can add a form in just like this. So we'll do lead form, okay? And the form will pop up just like that. And then again, you edit on the right-hand side how you want it to look. And then you click save. And then this pop-up is going to pop up whenever you want it to. Okay, so I think this is good for stuff with sales. A lot of people use pop-ups. A lot of people that I talk to are very confused where these come from. They're like, what is this thing popping up? It will be found right here, and you can turn it on and off through here. So this is where you edit all of the pop-up. Just to let you know, if you want the pop-up not to show up, you just click none and it's not going to show up. Or you can click on when they're about to exit a page, or some sort of delay when they get there. Okay, so how many seconds? So that's how you create said pop-up. And if you don't want a pop-up, you can just click this right here, scroll right down and click disable pop-up. And this is going to not let the pop-up come up at all. Because a lot of people are like, what is this thing? This is where you'll turn it off, okay? And then again, you can basically have it pop up where on the page, small, big, and you can have it pop up on the exit or at a delay once they get there. So that's how you do it. And again, you put it in here and you edit it on the right-hand side. So that's pop-up SEO metadata. So this is for SEO purposes. So the metadata is how you get proper pages indexed and ranking. So what I want to show you is all of this stuff. Okay, this title, description, all this looks like this. Okay, so I just want to show you because a lot of people are confused. The title right here is going to be this thing right here. Okay, the description is going to be this thing right here. Okay, and if you come in here, you can see pictures and images added. That's all done right through here. So that's what the SEO metadata looks like. Okay, so a lot of people are super confused on this. Again, I have full videos going super in depth on SEO on GoHighLevel. They're actually the best available on YouTube. I'm told it all the time because there's not really anything else like it. So please go check that out on my channel because it'll blow you away. But you put in the exact title, the description you want. Again, use ChatGPT to help you. Keywords, this is keywords you just want the page to be known for. So again, I would put in the niche related keywords, location, author. So this is who basically wrote this page. Social image, this is going to be the image of what it looks like. Again, there's none popping up now, but you can have images that pop up. So you can kind of see it on YouTube does it. It's the video. That's how they do it. So you put that right there. Links and tags. This is just adding any sort of custom meta tags or canonical links. A lot of this is for SEO. Okay. And then what language you want it in. So you can change said language right here. But that's what SEO metadata is. This is what it looks like. And it helps rank your website higher so you can get more leads, more traffic, more sales, et cetera, et cetera. So that's how you do this. And again, if you're confused at all on SEO and you're like, what is the GoHighLevel Wizard talking about? Watch my video on SEO. It'll blow you away. And then have ChatGPT or AI assist you in doing this. Very easy, very straightforward, and it will help your clients rank. And then you have preview custom codes. This is if you have any custom codes built in, you're doing a lot of stuff with CSS and HTML, you can see it right there. Cookie consent. So this is when it's like, do you want our cookies? By the way, cookies are just things that track people across the internet for data purposes. And if you click this right here, it will then pop up and they have to click this in order to consent. I agree, because cookies are everything, but that's how you can turn it on or you can turn it off. But that's how you would add the whole cookies thing. And then right in here, you have 2-column mode, which is what it looks like right here, or auto, which is just the thing right here. So you pick exactly what you want. And again, another way you can access pages is right here. Remember, we went over pages. You can just click this home and you'll get a drop down. And we already went over this stuff, mobile mode, desktop mode. You want to make sure those are all edited. And then again, to save all your stuff, it's right there. So that is the entire editor explained. And it is exactly the same for funnels. Again, it's the same thing. So once you understand one, you understand the other. So that's it. You now understand what all of this stuff does. You understand what this is. You understand how to save, make mobily optimized, all that good stuff. So again, just to be sure, you're going to pull from the left-hand side. This is where all your elements are, okay? You're going to drop on the page. Then you're going to click it and you're going to edit it on the right. That flow is how this entire thing works. So just make sure you understand that, and then you'll be good to go. GoHighLevel Wizard here, and now I'm going to be showing you how to set up an e-commerce store inside of GoHighLevel. Okay, before we jump in though, go right down below, smash that subscribe button. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. So we're going to jump literally right in. We're just going right to it. We're going to click sites, and then we're going to click websites. For this to work, you have to have a website. I will link my full tutorial on websites at the end of this video. If you do not have a website, you got to have a website for this to work. The way this works is a little different than Shopify and these are platforms where you build an e-commerce website. With HighLevel, you can add an e-commerce store to any website. You can turn any website you want into an e-commerce store. It's so easy. It's so powerful. So again, you have to have a website already set up for this to work. Let me walk you through how this process goes. So you click into the website you have. Again, you're not building the e-commerce site. You just add the elements to the website. We're going to click this right here. HighLevel makes this so easy. I just love that they do this because it saves so much time. You can have an e-commerce store built so quickly. So you're going to come right into the store you want. All you're going to do is click add elements, come right down to store, and you'll see this right here. All you're going to do is click add to site, and it's going to add an e-commerce element and turn your site into an e-commerce store. Check it out. Just click it and boom, look at that. You now have the e-commerce elements to your store. And if we go back and look at your website, you're going to see you have these pages added. So you're going to get a products list page added, a products details, a cart, a checkout, and a thank you. Immediately, just 2 clicks, everything has been plugged in immediately. And again, you can change any website into e-commerce store. How easy is that? Now that we have this, we have to create products and completely set this up so you're ready to start selling online ASAP. And it's pretty cool because you can also see on the homepage, the cart has already been added to the menu. So you can immediately just pop in and go, oh, sweet, there's my checkout cart. And you can see all the items you're about to buy. So now that we have this, we have to add products. This is a very important part. If you don't have products already in place, please watch this because this is the most important part. We're going to come right to payments. and we're going to come right into products and we're going to click this. We have to have products in order for the store to work, and they'll immediately add it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to click create product. Just follow along very simply with me. So first things first, we've got to have this on. This is what's going to plug it into the online store. Make sure this is on. We're going to put our insert, put the name of your product right there, put the description. We're going to do blue t-shirt, put whatever you want, pick a media file. This is the image of the product. Put that right there. Go through here. Product collection. I'm going to go over this in a sec, but these are just of products. So if it's t-shirts, that would be under the collection of t-shirts. If it's toothbrushes, it would be under the collection of toothbrushes. And then there's different kinds of toothbrushes. But we'll go over that in a second. For all the tax stuff, I'm not sure what you're doing with that. I'm not going to go into that. You should ask your CPA. Every business is different, but just look at what you have to do for taxes. Plug that in, do your due diligence right there. And then right here, it's going to come to the price. So you have one time or recurring. For a t-shirt, it's going to be one time. So we're going to click this and then we're just going to add a price. So we'll do $15 and then we have compare it price. So this is a price anchor. It'll say originally $25, striked out, now 15. Very important. You want to have this great sales thing. So we're going to do 25 and then we're going to come down to variants. This is all the different options. So what sizes, what colors of one product. So you may have multiple different colors of a toothbrush, multiple different sizes, multiple different batteries, whatever. These are where the variants are added. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to click add variant and we're going to add the variant. So first is the variant name, which for us is going to be size. For you, size, color, battery, whatever. And then we're just going to add them like this. So we're going to do small, small, medium, large. And we're going to click done. You'll see right here, it'll have all the prices. So what we can do is we can bump up the prices depending on how much it costs. So if you're doing a bigger t-shirt, you may want to add bigger prices. We'll just do 16, 17. That way you can see what's going on and you can bump it up. Quick recap to make sure you do this. Make sure this is toggled on. You put your name, your title in, you put your description, you add your image, collection. We'll go over that in a sec. Any sort of tax stuff, any sort of variants, which we just walk through. And then you have basic SEO stuff, which you don't need to do now for an e-commerce store. And then we just click save. Simple as that. And now your product has been created. But now I want to show you something really important. So when we go back, we come back to sites and we go back to websites. We click the website that we created. We come right down to products list and we're going to view it. It now has the t-shirt. How cool is that? And if we click in the t-shirt, we now can see small, medium, large, and those are the variants. How cool is that? Looks really nice and everything. And right here, that is the strike through. So it's 40% off. Ooh, sales incentive makes people buy. So if you have an e-commerce firm, you're trying to make more money, you want to put that on because it's more dollars in your pocket. This is something I just want to let you know of because it can get kind of weird. A lot of people get very confused on this. I'm just going to go over this before we move on. And it's just something to be aware of. If we click this and we do edit in new tab, I want to show you something really important. We're going to click preview link. It doesn't pre-populate your products in the editor. See, in the live thing, like right here, how cool is that? We have it. But in here, you'll see it'll just be the regular products list from high level, not this. So I'm going to show you what I mean. You have this right here, and then you have this. This is always going to be like this. Just remember, so I have a lot of people freak out, like, where are my products? They're all right here. It's just on the default products list. It's always going to be these random pictures. You have to click the eyeball up here and view it to get the full thing. Just want to make sure you understand that. A little pro tip. So really at this point, now that you know how to create a product, you just want to add all of your products into your store. So however long it takes you, go in, add all the products, have them all there, make that products page look good. From there, we're then going to move on to the second part, which is very important, which is configuring your entire site properly so it looks good, because there's a couple things we're going to want to change here. Very quick changes. So now we come in here and we're going to pull up both the home page and the products page. So as you see in the products pages, all of these pages have this menu. We don't want this menu. We want to have the menu we have. And you might be like, oh no, we have to recreate this. No, you don't. We can just immediately add it. Very simple, very straightforward. So it looks much better. All we need to do is add this menu in. But the first thing we want to do before that is have your store properly in the menu. So what we're going to do right here is we're going to come right in here, follow along right here. We're going to click store. Because remember, that's the shopping cart, not the store. We're going to go to page, and the page is going to be the product list. So we're going to submit, and we're going to have it on the store. Very, very important. Make sure you come up here. We save, and it's a global section, and we publish. That way, we now have this fully configured, which I'm going to show you right now. We come right up here, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. Store. So I click store. Voila, it comes to the store. But the problem is that you're like, oh, what do I do now? You're like, oh, this menu is so ugly. We want to come back here and make this menu on all the other pages. By default, on these pages, it's going to have this really ugly, bland menu. So what we're going to do here is come right in here. Now that we have our store properly configured, we're going to click this right here. And the way we do this is by having this added. So this should already be a global section. If it's not, you're going to come right here, this purple, you're going to click this name of section. You're going to do global header. It should already be added, just showing you how if you don't. And then we just add this to all the pages. So we come right in here. We click this green arrow. We come right here to global sections, and then we just click header, and we're going to drag this right in here, and boom. How cool is that? Now we have the header that's already done. Check that out, store. So when we view this, it now has that store page. So how easy was that? You're just going in and you're adding this as part of the header. Boom, there we go. It's now in. So now what you need to do is you need to come to all these pages and make sure you add that. So again, we made that header global. We put the store in it so it's connected. And now we just got to go to all these pages and add it. That's why we want to customize this so it all looks good. So I'm gonna do it one more time. Follow along with me, build along with me, and then we'll be good to go. And you wanna add it to all those pages. So we come right here, we click the plus, we go right here to global sections, we pull the header out, we drop it right there, just like that. We delete, we have the store, and we click save. This now will have it on this page as well. And the whole goal is to immediately come through and do this for every step of the way. So if we click this, it's now going to lead us to this. We click small, we add to cart, we do checkout, boom, but now we don't have it. So that's where it comes in to make sure on every one of these pages, we add these headers so it looks uniform. It's that easy. You do this for every single page and then you're done. The site is finished. You walk through it and you're done. There's nothing else you need to do. You just go through, make sure it all looks uniform, make sure your stripe's connected, and go through the process of clicking the shopping cart, clicking store, and just following it A to Z. And be like, oh, we need to fix that header, stripes connected, and you're good to go. It's as simple as that. Now that you understand that, I want to go over a couple last things you need to know so this all makes sense. We then need to come into products. So once you have your products built out, you can add them to collections. So a collection is just a grouping of products. So you could have t-shirts, and the collection would be cotton t-shirts, polyester t-shirts, blue t-shirts, white. It's basically a collection of one thing that has extra stuff. So all you do is create collection. We'll do cotton tees, and then you just add the image you want. We'll just click these right here. Anytime you have products, let's go right into this. Let's edit this. I want to show you how you can add it. We come right in here, we search, we go cotton tee, we save, and it's now of the collection. And this is really important because your collections will hold different groupings of things. So just make sure you know that. Inventory, very important. This is just the actual quantity of inventory you have. I don't know what you're selling, shampoo, conditioner, toothbrushes, whatever, you're gonna wanna put the quantity, because if you're shipping stuff out, you have to have a quantity. And this right here, you saw this earlier, continue selling when out of stock. This is just a way to create extreme demand for your product. So it'll just keep selling. And then you gotta figure out a way to fulfill. Then last but not least, we have reviews. This is just reviews on a product. So if we go to Amazon, it's this exact thing here. That's all it is people leaving reviews for a product. That way in here, you see like, oh, did people like your t-shirts? Did people not? And it's just a cool way to kind of rate that. Then at the final point, we have the basic settings. So receipts, you're going to want to make sure this is on. This is going to send them emails letting them know, here's a receipt for buying a t-shirt. Taxes, that's between you, your CPA, and the government. Notifications, this is just going to be all the notifications on what you're doing. So let's say someone buys it, goes, hey, you just bought so-and-so, here's a free link to review it, or here's an order confirmation email. This is where you're going to configure the notifications. It's very important. Make sure you do that. Shipping origin is where you're going to plug in how your shipping works, who you're shipping to, postal, how that whole process works. That's between you and your suppliers and everything. That's where you'll configure it with shipping zones. That way, if you're actually selling tangible product, it can just ship out. Simple as that. And then basic subscriptions is more if you have subscriptions on your e-commerce site. Like Amazon Prime is a subscription, but you get to shop. You can just set that up in Stripe just as easy. But the settings are where you want to go to configure the little odds and ends. So make sure you go in and do that if you haven't done that already, because that's going to help tremendously. So that's it in a nutshell. That's e-commerce. So if you're interested in learning more about websites, selling websites, and all that good stuff, and actually having a full AI agency, I have a 30-day free trial link of High Level down below, where when you sign up with that, you'll get access to all of my free bonuses. So we're talking talking a private community where you can ask questions, get answers, all that good stuff. We're talking courses on literally everything I could possibly think of. How to get clients, tons of premium snapshots, okay, AI prompts. I mean, AI trainings. We have all the possible courses you could want. We also have 5 live coaching calls per week on Zoom where you can hop on with different people, including myself, okay, and get real strategy and talk to people face-to-face and network with other students. I'm telling you, there's no group like this. We also have prizes, okay, for people winning the leaderboard, and you can message me or anyone at any time you want and ask me questions through this community. And again, guys, all of this amazing stuff, all this stuff you see is free when you sign up with that 30-day free trial link down below. Now, if you already have high level and you're like, I want this, there is another link you can click below, which will show you a different way to get access. So make sure you check these out because I think you're really gonna like it. So if that interests you, make sure you go right down below, you sign up for that 30-day free trial link, and if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Back to the video. Now I'm gonna be doing a complete mega in-depth tutorial on creating blogs with GoHighLevel. I'm also gonna show you how to set these up and how to build SEO optimized blogs. I mean, this video is going to be the last GoHighLevel blogging video you will ever need. Before we jump in though, go right down below, smash the subscribe button, and if you have any questions at all, drop a comment down below. To get to blogs, we're just gonna come right down to sites and we're gonna go right into blogs. So the first thing I want to explain is how the blogging structure works on GoHighLevel, okay? Because you can have a lot of blogs, but then there's blog sites, and a lot of people are really confused about this. So let me break this down. So the first thing you're going to do is create what's called a blog site. Okay, and a blog site looks like this. It's a web page with all of your blogs with little snippets attached to it where you can click in and then go visit said blog. So it's like a blogging portal, so to speak. But you have to have these in order to have blog posts. So you can have multiple blog sites, but then every blog site, okay, has blog posts in it. Okay, following, so there's blog site and then multiple blog posts within a blog site. Okay, so the first thing is you have to create a blog site, and you can create as many as you want. I would only really suggest one. You don't need that many for a sub account. But then you're creating multiple blog posts within that. And as you see right here, you can edit your blog site or you can edit your new post. So just to be clear, again, I want to make sure there's no questions on this. You first create your blog site, and your blog site is just a portfolio of all of your blog posts. I'm assuming you know what a blog is, so I'm not even going to go into that. But the first thing we're going to need to do is basically configure certain settings on this. I see a lot of people skip this step, so please pay attention. The first thing we're going to do is come right in here, okay, and we're just going to go through the blog settings. We brought to a page like this. So you need authors, categories, and then I'll explain what RSS is here in a second. First thing we're going to need to do is add an author. So I'm just going to walk you this. I already did this once, but I'm going to walk you right through it again. So we're going to do Dave. Okay, that's going to be our author. We're going to pick the image that we want for Dave. It'll be just using me for now. It's not actually a real person. And then the image alt text is for blind people because they can't see, so it has to describe it. So it's going to be Dave smiling. So again, put in your name or the author's name, and the author's just who's writing the blog. You're going to put in a headshot of yourself, then put Dave smiling. Then what you're going to do is you're going to put a little description. So I like video games and money. I actually don't, but you just put in whatever you want there, okay? Again, it should be a basic description of what you're doing. And then you can put in your social media handles, which is actually great. I actually highly recommend you do this part because it's going to help a lot. So what we'll do is we'll come right here. We're just going to put Go High Level Wizards channel, and then we're going to do create author. Okay, so again, that's all you do. I'm just creating this for tests, but you need to make sure you go and do that. Now we're brought to categories. So categories are how you're going to basically filter the posts. And we're going to do this later and use it later, but you want to make sure you have this filled out. So go to add new category. Okay, same thing. We're going to put in the category label. So this is going to be plumbing. Okay, then we're going to put an image in here. So what we'll do is we'll come right to here and we'll just do plumbing. And again, you can put whatever you want in here. We'll just pick this bad boy right here. Okay, that's in there. Alt text, faucet, or yeah, faucet. I'm not sure how you spell that. Okay, faucet is close enough. And then the categories, which is a URL slug. So we'll do faucet at Dave. So you just put whatever you think would be in there. And then right here, you're just going to put in the description of what it is. So it could be this is only for plumbing FAQs. Does that make sense? You're just putting in the descriptor of what the category is. So then you just click create category. And again, the categories are to filter through the blog posts and assign them to a category in a blog site. So again, right now, this may not make sense, but when I wrap this all together, it will. So make sure you go and you add your categories just like I did. Okay, so now we come to RSS. So in case you do not understand what RSS stands for, it stands for really simple syndication. And what it does is it basically disperses and lets everyone know when you have a blog post to multiple different places and sends them out. It's like it goes in and then it just goes to other social media platforms, email, whatever you want, and you'll just configure that so it basically sends out everywhere. Now, again, we're not really going to be going into this too much because it's relatively simple. You have to plug it in, but we don't have a blog here, so we can't exactly set it up. But if you're interested in that, you can always drop a comment down below and I can give you better instructions. But that's pretty cool. If you have a lot of people hitting your blog, it'll just disperse it everywhere. So again, RSS, just for your info, really simple syndication. So now that we have all of this set up, we now move on to creating our blog site and blog posts. So now we're going to come back to the blogs page and we're going to create a blog site. So I already have one created, but again, the blog sites is where all of the blog posts go. It's that snippet. So it's like an entire blog, as you can think of it. So what we're going to do, now we have our settings down, and we're going to click new, okay? And we're going to fill this out. So the blog site's going to be plumbing FAQs. You put in whatever title you want for said blog. Now you're going to select a domain to put it on. So this, we have davidplumbingandsons.com, so you're going to put that in, and then you're going to add your blog. So again, this is the URL. So we're going to do Dave's Plumbing FAQs. And whatever you put in, guys, just make sure that it is not taken like this. And then you just put in a basic description. You can use it on ChatGPT. You can go and generate, but we're just going to put something generic. This is for people wondering plumbing, okay, FAQs. So again, you put in what you think you need. But again, title of the blog, the domain, plus the URL, so you have your thing completely figured out because it has to go somewhere, and then your blog description. Then you click create. Now we're brought to a page like this. As you see, it says plumbing FAQs. This is now the blog site. Now we create blog posts within the blog site. So right here, if you want to edit your blog site, we'll just click edit in new window, and this is going to take you to the blog site. So they're going to have some placeholders here, but we can edit them. But again, you have to have blogs to fill this in. So this is what it looks like. Okay, it's just little snippets, and it'll let you pick more. So when someone comes to your blog, they're like, let me see what's going on. It shows all of this. They can see the newest one, latest one, and just click through it. And really, to edit these, it's very simple. You just click this. You pick the name you want. You can pick the order and how you want them to look. And then right here's where you select your categories. Okay, and that's what's going to determine how these show up. That's why when we went earlier back and we did the categories, because we're going to add those to the blog posts, it's going to filter by categories. And down here, you have some basic stuff like letting the image be there or not, the tags be there or not, the title be there or not, the author be there or not, the publish date be there or not, the description be there or not. That way you have a little bit of function. And then styles, just like on all of HighLevel's other stuff, you can edit the way it looks, the sizing of things. I'm assuming you already know this. Please, if you do not understand anything about HighLevel, go to my channel, watch some of the beginner tutorials, because the rubric and the builders are all the same. It's on the website, the funnels, the forms, the email templates, it's all the same shit. So just make sure you look at that, because that's going to show you how to do this, and I'm assuming you already know that. And then it's some advanced stuff just to make stuff look a little bit better. But that way you can edit the way this looks perfectly and make it look really unique to you. So this is the blog site. Then you would just click save and then publish. One quick thing I just wanted to show you, you can actually import blogs from other places. This is actually really, really cool. I'm not going to walk you all the way through this because that's just not what we're doing. I'm going to create another video on that. But say it's WordPress, Squarespace, Wix, wherever there's another blog, you can actually pull it from another place. Very cool, very interesting, and you would follow this procedure right here. So if you have someone that's like, I want my blogs here, you can easily move it. You can tell them you'll do it manually, make you look like you're doing a lot of work, edify them, motivate them, make yourself look much better in the process, and HighLevel makes it so easy. So that's how you would do that. But now what we're going to do is we're going to create a new post. So you can come up here and you can do this, or you can import just like I showed you, but you can either click new post here or create new blog post. You're going to click this. But now comes the fun part. because you, my lovely viewer, will not have to do any work because I've done the hard work for you. I've tested this. I've researched this. I'm going to show you a way to use AI to completely create this very fast, very efficiently, and make it look like a human wrote it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you a prompt that I made for ChatGPT that is excellent. I know a lot of people in the blogging space are like, AI blogs. It's like literally everyone does it. Don't complain about it. There's just a way to do it properly. The problem with a lot of people, just quick pro tips, when they use AI, they don't give it any feedback. They literally just say, write me a blog about plumbing. Like very generic, obviously that's AI. You have to spice it up. You have to feed the AI properly to get the right response. So let me jump in and show you how to do that. Please pull up ChatGPT. So we have ChatGPT pulled up. Now what we need to do is we need to copy and paste the prompt. So the prompt is going to be right down below this video in the description so you can copy and paste and use it. Again, I've had to test so many things. I thought it would be much easier to do because I was actually doing some blogging for a client and coaching some people on blogging. And it was really frustrating because I was using it and I was like, why does it keep coming out crappy? So I actually tested this so many times so you don't have to get the perfect ChatGPT prompt. So it's down below the video, but let me show you what it is. So this is it right here. This has just been amazing for me. Okay, we got topic, putting in main keyword, full address, a bunch of things to really make this descriptive. I've literally had to do this so many times. It's gonna be down below the video so you can just copy and paste the entire thing, but please use this because this helped me so much. So let's plug it in, copy and paste it right now. Paste this into ChatGPT. Now we switch up these. This is so important if you want to make this right. So the right is gonna be Dave's Plumbing FAQs. Again, you're going to put in the main topic of what you're doing. So what is it? Is it how to make homemade crafts? Is it how to get rich? Whatever it is, you put that main topic in. Then we're going to put the main keyword, which is plumbing. And you have to fill this out to make this work. Then we're going to scroll all the way down to phone number. We're going to put this in because, guys, this is how you make it look more real. Full address. We're going to do 20 White Hart Lane, New Jersey, 20467. Okay, and then basically an email address, which would be davesplumbing@gmail. The freak at gmail, okay, .com. So make sure you fill that out. Seriously, people leaving this, it's so stupid. You're not going to get a good prompt. So make sure you add that in. And again, I just have to say this because a lot of people are like, we want real people to write blogs. AI can, Google can tell that it's AI. Not really, because if you do it like this, there's so much AI content out there that if you make it real enough and maybe put in a couple misspellings if you really want to be sure, you'll be golden. I know tons of people that are using AI that are ranking blogs like no one's business. So that's clearly not right because I see it with my own eyes. But you just want to make sure you do the right thing and you plug it all in. So this is awesome now, though, because we have all of this stuff that we can just copy and paste over. Now that we have this done, we're going to come back right here and we're going to create blog posts. We come right here. We're just going to go bop. We're going to copy this bad boy. Okay. I mean, see how easy this is already all done for you. We're going to change the image. So we're just going to pick this one I have selected out. I want to make this really clear. If you do not use the right sizing, it will literally say blog post failed to complete or blog post failed to upload or whatever. So you have to have the right image. And if you want, you can come right in here to Unsplash or Pixabay. You can type in the keyword you want, and they have all kinds of amazing high quality HD 4K images. The problem is they're not really sized properly. So a lot of the time, I mean, you can play with the sizing, but it just won't go through. So just make sure you understand that because it is a pain in the ass. And some people I have are like, it's not going through, it's not going through. It's like because the image size is just not properly set up. So now we want to describe the image. Remember, alt text blind people. So we're going to do plumbing pipes, okay? And for the description, all we're going to do is we're just going to copy right here the first sentence or two sentences, whatever you want. And again, right, as you see right here, it's 100 to 250 characters. We're just going to paste this bad boy just like that. Perfect. We're in the right zone. Then we're going to click create post. You could do here, if we want to say, please label all of the H1s and H2s in brackets so I know what to do. So that's something you can do too here, which is really cool if you do not understand this at all, which I honestly would recommend you to do because right here, then you'll know exactly what to do. So if you are not, you just go through and you add them. But if you are a beginner, You definitely want to use it. By the way, this is how SEO works. You want to make sure you have H1s, H2s, everything linked, and then images and preferably a video plugged in. Okay, so all we got to do here is just copy and paste this. Very simple, very straightforward. We go all the way down to conclusion. Okay, we just go up a tad, delete, and then we're going to copy and paste this right here. How easy is that? And again, what you can do is if you copy and paste it without pasting as plain text, as you see right here, plain text, that'll just paste it without any formatting. And again, the reason I do it this way is these should pop up as H2s, H1s, so you don't have to do the work. But again, you may have to. So that's why I recommend that, so you can go change. Because if this isn't H3, you're going to have to click this and pick H3. But these already look like they're good, so it's awesome. So all you have to do is come right here and click out of this. And again, you might be like, well, why didn't I just copy and paste in the first place? I wouldn't have to do this. It's because sometimes it doesn't go through. I can't explain it. It just doesn't go through. So now you just go and you just delete all of these bad boys, okay? Get rid of all of them, and now you have it. They're all properly configured, and you're good to go. I mean, how freaking easy is that? You just go through, you just get rid of each one you want to go. I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, and get rid of all the H2s. Then it's pretty much good. Again, if you want to add a little spices, you can misspell a couple words if you're really worried about the whole AI thing. But then I recommend you have 3 SEO optimized images in here. So once that's all finished and it all looks good and you're like, wow, this is incredible, I recommend you add 3 images, okay? Trace images. You gotta have at least 3, and you're just gonna click this right here, and this is gonna give you the ability to add image right here. Just to let you know, the reason I'm not going through every single one of these is because it's the exact same thing on all of HighLevel. It's the paragraph, the basic word editing, and then it's just like this. So again, if you're like, I have no idea how any of this works, and you don't understand the basic rubric of HighLevel, please go to my channel and watch my beginner videos, because they go over literally every single button, and you can just hover over it and I'll tell you. So you can insert a link, you can insert an image, you can insert audio, a video, insert a quote. You literally can do everything on HighLevel. But again, I'm assuming you know the basics. This is a little more of an advanced video, so please watch that if you don't understand. So to insert an image, we just click right here, click this, and we just do insert image. Okay, you pick the exact image you want. So we'll go, okay, let's choose from media library. We want something to do with plumbing. We're going to come right here. We're going to do plumbing. And please make the image relevant to what you're doing. If it says chicken and you put a duck, stupid, put a chicken. We come right in here and we pick our image. Just to let you know, these images may not be sized properly and it may not take them. So we're just going to click a couple, see if we can get some. Yeah, it looks like literally like almost all of these are okay. That one worked. Again, you might have to click around, but if you want to, you just go to Canva and upload it and you'll be good to go. Then you basically put it in, you put what dimensions you want. You want to keep this box checked, then you want to put the alt text in. So if it's a picture of pipe, remember, alt text is for blind people. You want to describe what the image is, okay, on here, so when they hover over it, it understands. Big SEO thing. And again, for alt text, you don't want it to be uber specific, but you want it to be specific. So if it's me sitting here, it'd be Declan in a black robe on the computer. That's perfect. You don't want Declan in a black robe, smiling, trying to drink his water, thinking of like too much is just going to be like, that's ridiculous. You just want to put in the basics. So this would just be pipes in plumbing. Is literally all it was. And then you can do that if you want. We don't need that, but we're just going to insert said image. So obviously horrible. We want to properly size this. And what you can do is you can literally do a little drag and John right here to make it look a little better. Or you can just go in and we can play with the sizing better like that. But yeah, this is definitely horrendous. But for the sake of the video, I just show you how to do this. But again, you want to go in and you want to properly size it, like I said before. I showed you how to do it right here. Or we can just come in right here and we're just gonna do 300. Okay, update image. There, see, much better. So you just want to edit it the size like that. That was kind of ridiculous, but you just want to put your images in. Okay, you can kind of play with how you want them centered, make them wider if you want to fill up. And again, 3 images, optimize them just like I did. Once you're done, you're just going to click save, and you're like, oh my gosh, look at that. And remember, re-look over everything, make sure everything is good to go. You deleted these, and everything is good, and then you're just going to click continue. Now we are on the home stretch to be completely done with this. So the first thing is a URL slug. So whatever you want the URL to be, you just plug it in right there. I have canonical link, so this is basically to avoid duplicate content. And again, you don't have to put this in there. It just shows Google which is the preferred one. So make sure you plug that in if you want that. For the sake of the video, we're not going through that. Category, remember when we created the start of the video, what category it is. So if it's a bunch of FAQ blogs, put in FAQ. If it's a bunch of how-to blogs, put it on how-to. You see what I'm saying? It's really important to put these under a specific category. This is how you basically categorize what's going on. We're going to come in and we're going to put our keywords. So we're going to do plumbing, and then you just click enter. So you have your tag or keyword, and then we're going to do plumbing FAQs, enter, plumbing tips, enter, boom, and then you have all of your stuff. So you can add as many as you want. I recommend up to 7. That's about perfect. And then author, again, we want to pick who is the author of this. Is it Dave? Is it Declan? Is it Tom? Is it Elizabeth? Is it Mary? Is it Tyrone? Whoever the frick you want it to be, you want to put it in right there. So once you add the exact author, again, this helps for SEO. You can either save as a draft, you can publish it right now, okay? Or you can schedule it so when you want it to go out. For the sake of the video, we're just going to click publish. We're going to select the date. We're just going to pick the 17th, and we're going to click save. So this bad boy can just get launched ASAP. So you come right in here, as you see in your plumbing, and you see it is now published. It is now gone out. So let's click this right here and let us preview our post to see what it looks like. Again, I breezed through this, guys. As you see, the images right there, and we can play with the sizing. Pretty cool, pretty cool. Come in, okay, you see it, you see it. Obviously, I did not go through this. Remember, I told you to go through, remove the H1s, make everything look pretty, make it sized properly. For the sake of the video, I just breezing through that because that's where you'll be doing the work, but you get the concept. So that's it. It's as simple as that. You got Dave right there. Remember the YouTube channel we linked? Really cool. Guys, these blogs actually look really good. The GoHighLevel blog builder used to suck. It was atrocious. Now it's like really good. It's better than a WordPress blog. So, and again, if you're like, there's some things I don't like, this is kind of annoying, what you can do is you can just click the back button. You can edit it right here, okay? Or you can come right into your blog post, scroll to the side, click this, click update post. And again, you can duplicate it, change the blog details, delete it, or whatever you want right there. And it's very simple. And again, if you were like, okay, I have a bunch of blogs, I now want to add them to my blog site, you just come right into the blog site, you click in here, you pick what you want, and then you select the categories you want to have. Just like this, we click save, publish, and then we look at it right here. And boom, there we are. Look how awesome the blog site is. And again, you can edit the entire blog site just like a GoHighLevel website. You can plug it in right here. You can make it look however you want. You can call it whatever you want. So now we're going to move on to the WordPress integration. Now, I'm going to be honest, I do not use this a lot. Why? Because I believe if you have WordPress, you should just host it on something like Bluehost. You'll probably get it cheaper, okay? Because you have to pay for this. Now, here's the thing. This does not migrate your full site into HighLevel to the point where you can edit it in HighLevel. You still have to edit it in WordPress. It will basically just host the website. If you don't know what hosting is, it is the database or the server where the website resides. And for websites, you have to have hosting, obviously. But with this, it's just going to host on WordPress. You have to pay HighLevel the fee, and then it's per site. So all you got to do is click Activate WordPress. It's just going to have you plug in all of your credit card info. And then from there, there'll be buttons. They'll say import site, all this stuff, and you just follow the instructions very clear. It's not rocket science. It's relatively simple, but I will be honest, if you're trying to get really cheap hosting, you're honestly better off going with something like Bluehost or Hostinger or HostingGate or one of these things where you can get hosting for relatively cheap. And it's just about the same thing. I mean, you're still going to have to edit it through WordPress dashboard. So it's just not worth it. But that is essentially how this works. And again, you just click Activate WordPress. It'll have you put in your card. And then from there, you are good to go. And then it'll just show you your options and you just follow it very clearly. If you don't see this and you're like, well, where is this? I need to find this because it's not popping in your dashboard. You have to go to Agency View into Reselling to activate it. So let me show you. So you come back into Agency View, you click Reselling, and then you just come right down here and you'll select it right here. You can choose your markup, how much it costs, but it costs you $10. That is HighLevel's price that you have to pay. There are Bluehost plans where you can get a couple websites, I believe, for like $5. Like, again, I just don't think it's worth it. This is one of the things that I'm like, it's just not wild about it. And again, all it's doing is hosting the site and a couple other things. You can't actually like fully have this because they say clone the website, but it doesn't actually clone it. You still have to make the edits on the WordPress side of things, which is annoying. If they brought it in and it was all in-house, like you could just go right down below and start messing with it in HighLevel, now that's a different story, but it's not like that yet. So that is the WordPress integration inside of HighLevel. So to access forms, surveys, and quizzes, you're just going to come right to sites and you're going to come right over here and you'll see forms, surveys, and quizzes. Okay. So first up is forms. Okay. And you use these when you need basic info. Okay. Example, contact form, sign up form. It's just an info form. And this is what a form looks like. Okay. It has first name, last name, basic form fields, and all it's there for is to collect either user or lead information that just gets submitted into your system. Then we have surveys, and this is used when you want opinions or feedback on something in GoHighLevel. So example, how was your experience? Rate our service. Simple things like that. It can be on products or services. And this is what a survey looks like. Okay. It'll be one page at a time. You fill out your info and you click next, and it's going to continually take you through slide after slide in a one-page format. Okay. A form would just be a massive line. As for the survey, it's one thing at a time, collecting info and getting feedback on something you have. And then we have quizzes, which are used when you want to test, score, or recommend something inside of GoHighLevel. So example, which service is right for you? A quiz that will show you a result. And the main point of quizzes is gauging where people are at. And this is what a quiz looks like, okay? It's going to be questions where you pick answers and it goes through, just like a quiz. We've all done school before, and we've done, college or whatever. It's a quiz. It's like a test. It just goes through, picks out the info, and then segments. So again, to recap, forms are used when you need basic info, okay, contact information. Surveys are used when you want feedbacks or opinions. And then quizzes are used when you want to test, score, or recommend something inside of HighLevel. So first up is forms, okay? And you're gonna see 3 different tabs on forms and surveys and pretty much quizzes. Builder is where you're gonna build the form. Analyze is where you're gonna see what's going on within the form, so data. And then submissions is you're gonna see all the info when someone submitted said form, survey, quiz. Okay, that's where you will actually see it. And in here, it's the same across the board as these 3, the basic layout. Forms, you can click these 3 dots, you can edit, you can preview, you can view the submissions, you can duplicate, you can upload to templates, you can share it with other people, you can move to a folder, or you can delete it. The basic building block of the dashboard is exactly the same. Form features, you have this in all of them. This just goes through and talks about templates and simple stuff like that. You can create folders right here. And then to add forms, you just click this plus, this is add form, and this is where you're gonna build it, okay? And you can either start from scratch or use one of these amazing pre-built out templates where all the work is done. You got all these different niches and you can pick exactly what you want and choose. Now, I just want to let you know, it is the same thing, okay, as you see for all of these, okay? Except this one doesn't have the features, but it's all of the same thing. You look through, you edit, and then you click to add, and that's how you get it. So just remember, this dashboard right here is the same for all 3. And guys, it's really important that I'm going through all 3 of these at once because they are all in the same family. Back in the day, I had a video on forms, a video on surveys, a video on quizzes, but really, they're all so similar, and they need to all be included in one video because they play off each other, and they really are all in the same family. They're all brothers and sisters. So first up, we're going to go through building forms, and we're going to start from scratch. Okay, so we're going to click start from scratch and we're going to click create. So here we are. The first thing I just want to explain to you, you name your form right here. Make sure you name it accordingly, whatever you're going to use. We're just going to do test form, but put the name in there that you want to use. Over here, this is where you're going to preview it. Okay, integrate it. We're going to go over that later. This is how you save your edits. And then right up here, you can either undo your work, check versions, and then we're going to get into that in a second. And then right here, you see mobile mode versus desktop mode to know that it's properly optimized. And then right over here, you can click back to go back. So now we're going to go through building the form and all of the different features you have. So the first thing I want to explain to you is elements are taken from the left-hand side, brought in, dragged onto the middle where the form is, and then you would edit the elements on the right-hand side. That's where all the little edits are, just to let you know. Creates on the left, is in the middle, and then you edit the fine details on the right hand, which is right here. So the first thing I want to show you is all of the features you have available in Elements. These are just things you can add to your form. So you have full name, first name, last name, date of birth, phone, email. Okay, you have a button. You have products. If you want to add a product into the form, you can collect payments. You can put an address, a city, a state, a country, a postal code, an organization, a website, single line text, multi-line text box. You have single drop-down, multi-drop-down, checkbox. Remember, just like quiz form. Simple stuff, I'll just show you if you want to know what it looks like. Okay, you have a radio, which is very similar to checkbox, but you just click multiple of them. Then you have more text. You have HTML if you want to put code in. You have Capacha. This is like the robot that says, click these 3 things that look like a motorcycle. That's what that is. It weeds out spam. You then can add in source. Then you have terms and service. This is very important. You're going to want this to be compliant. Okay, score. This is if you're doing more stuff with managed scoring. Try to get get points, sales stuff, images, file uploads. If you're doing like an onboarding form, very important so they can upload pictures, any sort of monetary. And then you have a date picker and a signature, which if you want to have like a contract form, you can put it in there, but no real need. But you have all of these different options for your form that you can add in right in here. So you go crazy with however you want that. Again, you just have to choose what you want. You would pick what you want here. And then from there, you're good to go. So what we're going to do is we're just going to put a terms and conditions right in here just so we have that. And then what you're going to want to do here is you're going to always want to have your privacy policy and your terms of service linked. And to do this, you would just click this right here. Okay, click this and then click link, and then you put in your link. Again, there's full videos on how to do that on my channel, but you just want to have those so you are compliant. You can use the same thing you have on your website, and you can draft these in ChatGPT. It's super easy. So you're going to pick how you want your form to look and what you wanted it over here. Now, here's one more step that you may want to know, and that's called custom fields. A custom field is a form that's not on here that you create. So a custom field can be anything. So right here, these are the basic form fields, okay? You got buttons, you got first name, last name, you got organization. It's just basic data points. Custom fields, okay, these are fields, but they're custom, so they can be whatever you want them to be. So that could be favorite Pokemon card, favorite soccer team. It could be how much money did you make last year? How many employees do you have? It is whatever you want it to do, and you can just click add. You pick how you want this. Again, I have bigger videos on my channel that go really in depth if you're a little confused on this. You put in your field name, the grouping, you put in if it's some custom objects, then you click save, and then you will now have a custom field. So I have a couple in here. I have favorite Pokemon card, as you see right there, and we could add that in if we wanted someone to put in their favorite Pokemon card. Now, again, you don't have to do that, but the idea is you can have whatever you want on a form and you can capture any information here. So again, quick recap. You come in here, you find out what you want on your form, depending if it's a sales form, an onboarding form, a fund form, whatever you're doing, and you will add your elements right on this left-hand side and pick whatever you want. And then if you don't have the options in quick add, you will add a custom field and you will drag just like this and you will drop right in there and you will be done. Okay, so that's how you build said form and you put the features you want on the form in here. Now, on the other side, we have the basic edits you can perform right in here. So if you click any of these, you will see you have all this. So the label is going to be this up top right here. The placeholder is this right in here. So if we get rid of this, look what happens. It just says first, okay? Right underneath. Query key, you do not want to mess with this. This is like the code that makes the form work. Don't mess with that. Field width, you can switch this, making it like this or that, whatever you want. And then you can do required, which is this little asterisk here, which again, you see this on a lot of forms, like you have to put your phone number in. And then over here, you have hidden, which will literally just hide said field and then get rid of it. So you have all these options on the side for every single one you click and you can edit. Now, for anything that's not just a field, like a button, a product, this stuff, you can come right over here again and customize it. So if you've seen any of my videos on websites, email marketing, it's the same builder across the board. You pick what color you want, what font you want, the size of the font, it's all right here. You just go through and you play with it. I don't know if you're trying to make this different, you're trying to make this fancy. You just go through and you add what you want. Again, if you have questions, drop them down below. I answer so fast. But once you have your form dialed in the way you want it, you then have the option to add conditional logic. This is really neat because what this allows you to do is change up the form based on what people say. Because if you have a sales form and you only want people that are above $1 million in business revenue, this can disqualify them and then send them to a different thing as opposed to give them access to your course. This gets really in depth, but it's really, really powerful. So what we could do is we could redirect to URL if their last name is equal to X. Now, right now, all we have on this form is these 4 fields. You're not really going to see it, but let me show you. If we come in here and we put in favorite soccer team and we come back to conditional logic, okay? And if we go right here, because you see it now pops up, whatever's on your form is going to pop up here. We go, his favorite soccer team is equal to, Real Madrid. And you can do or you can really pick whatever you want here. But then what we could do is we could say, send them to this URL. And it could be like, thank you very much. I mean, you can go crazy with it. It could be a message you display, or it could just get rid of them altogether. And the point of this is just to segment your leads. So obviously, I don't have a form that has favorite soccer teams, but the idea is if you want to disqualify people and you want to make sure you have a tighter sales process, or your clients only want people that want hot water installs, this will immediately get rid of those people that you don't want. So this can be very, very powerful if you want. And again, you just have to put in what you want. You fill out your form the right way, and then you pick what is it. Is it equal? Is it greater? Is it empty? Is it not? And then you can put a URL or whatever you want, and then you're done. So it's quite simple. It's very straightforward. If you do have questions on that, please drop a comment down below. I am here to help. Then right in here, we have notification settings. So when this goes through, do you want a email notification on this form, and you can fill out the subject, the email, who it goes to. You can put to a bunch of people, and then whatever. And then what you can also do is you can send an autoresponder as opposed to going in automations and doing this. This will send the person an email as soon as they get this. And these are just some simple notifications you can set up. So remember, email notification is to you, autoresponder is to them. Okay, so it's very simple, it's very straightforward, and that's just a simple way to get notifications on in your form. So that's basically all of the regular parts of the form. Now, last but not least, if you come right up here, you will see style and options. Just when you thought it was done, there is more, bonus and more. But basically what this is this is the look and style of the form. So first we have styles. This is how do you want your form to be laid out. You have box, you have line. I mean, it's literally everything. The width to make it bigger, smaller, taller, whatever you want. You can add any sort of padding to make this look good. You can add margin, your colors and background. You can change the color of everything. You do whatever you want. Again, all of the things you want are right in here. It's just so obvious. And I'm going to still go through it. You pick background image. That's if you want an image on the background of this. Header image. Okay. Miscellaneous is if you want your agency branding. If you have the white label version, it'll pop up right there. Then you have advanced settings, which is just going to be some stuff that's with the fields that goes even more in depth. You're most likely not going to need that, but if you do, it's all right here for the input field. Okay, your label, your short label, your placeholder, and then any custom CSS if you want to add that. Okay, so that is what all the styles are. It is just a way to make the form look different. Then we have themes. So back earlier, I showed you the templates. We can apply these very easily and change the forms. We could go right here and go, I want animal lover. We click use theme, we click proceed, and now what it's gonna do is boom, it's gonna change the look and feel of the theme, which is actually pretty cool if you want something really cool and unique and you don't have to do a lot of work. It'll keep exactly what you have, but you can pick whatever you want here. You just follow the instructions, you click use theme, and then you're done. So now we have options. So when someone submits, what do you want to say? What's the thank you message? You want to say hello? Do you want to say, go buy my products? You put in the message after they submit, because remember, they have to click submit, and then it goes into the database. Facebook Pixel ID, this is if you want to do stuff with Facebook advertising, same with Facebook Pixel events. Okay, I have other videos on that if you're trying to learn Facebook ads, but that's how you would plug that in. And then you have form settings. So sticky contact, this is how you basically have it fill into the contact fields. If it's like they already filled it out elsewhere, it just pre-populates. Okay, GDR compliant font, that's if you're in the Eurozone, you can look that up. It's some compliance stuff with the Europa people. And then we have enable time zone, which is just allowing the time zone. So you pick what you want. You just toggle these on or off, however you want to do it. You just click on and off, and then you're good. And then once you have all this, make sure you're always clicking save. That's just very important, good etiquette. But just a quick recap so you understand. You come into your form. The first thing you're going to have is elements. These are the building blocks of the form. This is how you create said form and what you wanted it. Conditional logic is just more settings on said form right here. And then notifications is just how to create notifications on when someone submits your form. Then once you have everything on the middle side, which is your form, clicking these allows you to edit each individual field that you created over here on the left-hand side. And you can add extra stuff right there. Then to make your form look different, okay, and be more pleasing to the eye, you click these up here, okay, these little dots, and you go to styles and themes. Those two are going to be how you make the form look different. Then options is just going to be some final settings on the form. And from there, you're done. That is how forms work, and that is how you create them. And then obviously, you always want to click save. So now what I want to show you is how to put this on a website or anywhere in HighLevel. Because remember, you can put forms really anywhere, in your email templates, in your email blasts, in your text message blasts, okay, in surveys, on websites, on funnels. Like, you really can put it anywhere. But I want to show you how to put it in, and then I want to show you where to find your submissions, because I think this is really important. A lot of people skip this part, but it is really important. So what we're going to do to add anywhere is you click integrate, and you're going to get multiple different options. Click sidebar, polite slide in, pop up, and inline. And right over here, you have some settings on each of these you can activate. And then right here is where you get, so you can copy form link, which is just a link to this, or you can copy embed code and put this in code and embed it somewhere, which could be on another website or wherever, which can be pretty cool. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to pick this one right here, and we're going to copy form link, and we're going to click done. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come over to our website, and we're just going to add this right like this. So we're going to click make an appointment, okay, and we're going to scroll right down, and the button actions is going to be website URL. And then we're going to click this right here, and we're going to paste this right in like this. And then we're going to click save. And then what I want to show you here, which is really cool, is this live and how this works. I'm also going to show you how to put in a pop-up or however you want to do it. So when you have this now, when someone clicks make an appointment, it now pulls up form with the doggy or the wolf or whatever that is. And then you just fill in your info and then you're good to go. So you can really add these forms anywhere. But what I want to show you is to do it for pop-ups. So we click this right here. Let's do copy embed code. Okay. And then what we're going to do is we're going to come right back here and we're going to come right up here to pop-up settings. And we're going to add this right in here. So we're going to add row. We're going to add this. And we're going to add element and we're going to do form. We're going to put it in right here. And then we can just select. So you have a bunch of different options for putting forms in. So you can always do the link, okay, just like I showed you, and you can copy the code, copy the form. You could do these on other websites, not just on GHL, but you can also just select these within GoHighLevel, which is really cool. We're going to come right back here, okay, and we're just going to come right in here. We're going to click add elements and we can just add forms. You can do this really anywhere and we can have this and we can just click, oh, test form. And look at this. Boom. It is now said form that popped up. You can add this really anywhere in GoHighLevel, which is really, really cool. And you can come right into pop-up settings. Remember, the pop-up is the thing that pops up. And what you can do is you can add a form in here, just like we did. Come in here, add the form in just like we did right there. And then what we can do is we can click forms, okay? Click the exact same form. So now this pop-up pops up on the page. So if we save this, you will now have forms popping up on your page, which is really cool. So we're going to click this and we're going to wait for this pop-up to pop up. Boom, look at that. It pops up now just on the page, just the way we like it. And we fill it in and then we're good. You don't want to have a background that looks like this terrible design eye if it's going to be on a website. Like, I'm obviously just testing this. Don't actually put your form like that with a dog in the background. Even if you are like a pet groomer or someone like that, make it look a little cleaner. Honestly, it looks very bad. But now what I want to show you do, now that you know how to build your form and you know how to put your form anywhere on GoHighLevel and really just, have carte blanche here, I want to show you where the submission goes and how the back end works so you can understand this. Okay, so we're going to come right in here and we're going to click all of this jolly stuff. So we're going to do 0, 5, 6, 7, 8771. We're going to put our email in, which will be Declan Almighty Wizard. And then we're going to do favorite soccer team. We're going to do Baron. Okay, we're going to click this. And then we're going to agree. And we're going to click button. Okay, obviously that was supposed to say submit, but for the test, we just put that in there. So now what we're going to do is we're going to show you how to see where this form gets submitted. So wherever you have your form, it has to go somewhere. The data has to go somewhere. It doesn't just go into the ether. It goes into the back end of HighLevel. So if we come back into HighLevel and we come right back up to forms, you come right into submissions, okay, and look at this. It now pops up with all of my info and you can see it right here. So you now have a database of every person that submits a form. This is really important, guys, for building email lists, text messages, having data, but it's all right here in HighLevel, which is amazing. So if you have any questions or this is confusing, please drop a comment down below. Okay, I don't want anyone being confused. I want you to master this. This is a very, very important part of HighLevel. I think a lot of people miss over, and I just want to make sure you understand everything. Last but not least, I just want to show you what you can do once you have this all set up, and that is with automations. Okay, so we're going to come right into automations, and I'm just going to show you this very quickly. So we're just starting from scratch. We're just doing this for the sake of the test. If you come right into automations, I just want to show you that you have a form submitted trigger where you can pick the exact form you want, okay? Remember, test form? And what you can do is anytime someone submits this form, you can come in and you can send email, you can send text message, you can put them in another automation, you can literally do anything off this. And I'm trying to get you to kind of open up your mind and get your creative juices going here. Because once you understand this, you realize that anytime someone submits the form that we just created, a bunch of different stuff that can happen. And this is how you automate your onboarding and you do so much other amazing stuff. So now that we've gone over forms, now I want to go over surveys. Okay. And I promise this will be much faster because it's so similar and it's really just a couple key differences. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to pick from a template because I think for surveys, it just looks cooler. We're going to come right in here and we are going to do this one right here. We're going to click this and we're going to click continue. That way you're also seeing how to use templates and build it from scratch. Give you that multi-dimensional approach. So with the way surveys work is they go from slide to slide. See, a form is just one form. You fill it out, it submits. Surveys, it's slide after slide, and you can just click add slide, and you can continually add slides and make this as long as you want and put in whatever questions you want. How much money do you make a year? What's your favorite rubber ducky? What car do you drive? How do you, exercise? Whatever you want, you can just add it in here. It's literally whatever you want. Now, what I'm going to show you right here is it is the exact same thing as forms. Yes, the same thing I just went over applies. You pull from the left, okay? You add custom fields. If you don't, it'll come right into the middle. You click these right here, and you edit it right on the right. It is the exact same thing. So I don't even have to go over that because you now know. And if you don't know, please go back earlier in the video and watch that, because it is the same for forms, surveys, and quizzes. It's the same builder, the same building block, and the same rubric for all three. So you pick what you want, but the difference is in the way that this goes through. So again, styles and options, you have the styles, which edits the way the form looks. Same with themes. You can switch up the way you want your survey to look. But then in options, you have a couple different things you can add in. This is where it gets a little bit different. Okay, so on submit, same as before, you know, how that triggers and goes through once they submit it. But you can disqualify people based on what they say, and you can send certain messages and disqualify after they submit. And that's where a couple of different things kind of lay in, and you really pick, you know, what you want. Message is URL. And then these are just the same except for surveys. And these are the same as all the other ones except survey settings. You have a different kind of building block. So just to be clear, it's the same thing across the board as forms, except for these couple things I'm showing you. And one of them is in survey settings. So is you want one question at a time, or do you want all of them lined out? So remember before I showed you, it's just question, slide, question, sticky contact, we already talked about that. Back button, this allows them to go backwards in the survey if they want to check the previous question, which I recommend having on. Auto navigation, this is just being able to them to navigate automatically. Progress bar, this is pretty cool because this shows them how much progress they have made. Okay, so it will be like, okay, how far are they going? I don't know why it's not popping up in here. I think we need to add it, but that just shows them, okay, you're 20% of the way, you're 30% of the way, which can pretty cool. You can disable any sort of animations. If you're using a template, it may have an animation moving side to side. So then you have scroll to top, which once you go through the next slide, it'll just go right back to the top. Okay, GR compliant font, we already went over that, and then enable time zone, and then footer HTML if you want to add stuff to the footer. But it's the same thing other than that. So you just decide how you want this to work, okay? And it's the same building block, except the difference is like we said before, surveys are for the gathering feedback. Forms are just for information. So if you've, let's say, just got someone on your marketing service or someone went through your lawn care, you could create a survey form in order for them to figure out what did you do right, what did you do wrong, how can we improve this? Or if someone quits your business, they leave, you can have a survey to figure out what's going wrong or downsell them. Surveys can be used incredibly powerfully for service-based business owners if people want to leave or cancel a retainer or not go through with something. A survey oftentimes can bring them back and sell them, but it can also get valuable information to improve your product. And that's what a lot of people don't understand is your people will tell you where it's going wrong. They give you free help. And a lot of people underrate this. They don't think this is a thing, but oftentimes surveys and these little data points will help you gauge, okay, where you're at with your services. So that is really what this is for. Now, to integrate this, the same exact thing, except you only have embed and link. So what we're going to do is we're just going to get this link right here. We're going to copy this right here. We're going to come over to our website. Okay. We're going to go right into this button, and we're just going to do the same thing we did before, except it's going to be said survey. Obviously, if it's a survey you want to say, click here to do survey, pick whatever you want. We're going to save this. Now we're going to edit it so we can see what it does. Okay. We're back in here. We're going to click make appointment. And now we're going to see the survey that we created. And right here is the progress bar. It's pretty cool. But this is where we will go through all of that. What you can also do is you can click this right here and you can type in survey and you can just drop and kerplop this bad boy right in here. And you can click the exact survey you wanted. And it's the same thing as before. I don't know why that's not popping up. Let's try the other one that is quite strange. We'll click this right here and we'll do real estate. Let's see if that saves. Perfect. Okay, it popped up. So it's just a little glitch. But this was another one I created a long time ago. But this way you can add it in just like before. So you guys are starting to pick up on the pattern that it's the same thing across the board. You get the link, you put it in, and then you're good to go. One thing I actually want to show you really fast back on here is doing embeds, in case you didn't understand, because you can add these into other people's websites. If you're using WordPress, Squarespace, HubSpot, you can actually add these in. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy this and we're going to come right back here. And I just want to show you what you can do here. And by the way, you can add the survey to the pop-up too. It's literally the same thing as before. You come in here, you click survey, you drop it in, you pick it. But what we're going to do now is we're going to just show you how to put this in with code. So we're going to do code. And we're going to drop this right here. Okay. And remember, every website builder pretty much has a code editor. And it's really important to utilize this if people have stuff that's not on high level. And you can just copy said code that's in here. Okay. And you can bring it in and you can just drop it right in here, save it. And then you have now built something that you can have anywhere, which is cool. And high level allows the ability. So it's going to look like this right here. We're going to click save. And then when we view, it's going to pop up. So check this out. So we come in and refresh the page and boom, there it is. It's just plopped right in there. And that was using code. And you can do that on any platform because they all have those little code editors. And you take it, you drag it, you drop, you copy and paste the code you have, and then you're good to go. So really what I'm just showing you is there's multiple different ways to add these to websites and whatnot. So now that we have this done, I want to just show you with submissions and a little bit of analyze. So you're going to say, Declan, we're going to do 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8, 9. We are going to too many 8s. And then we're going to do, let's do best time of contact. We'll just do that. See 50%. It shows you right there. Pretty cool. We're going to come right in here. We're going to click White Hart Lane. We're going to do Front Royal. Technically not in Front Royal, but 22560. Country. We're going to do United States. Let's go all the way down and get United States, single family, CAPTCHA. We click that. Remember, that's the thing to make sure you're not a robot. So you pick whatever you want. And once you're done, you click submit. Guys, I'm just walking you through this just so you have that better knowledge because it will help you a lot. So now that we have that submitted, I want to show you in submissions and analyze how this part works. So again, just like forms, you get all the contact info in submissions. Remember, guys, when it gets submitted, your info will be right in here. So we come and we go, cool, I like this. But then something I want to show you under here that I didn't show you in forms is analyze, which is the data and metrics on your surveys or forms, which can be awesome. You can see all these little things about it that you didn't quite have, which is all right here. So you can check out, completion time, total views, and they will all be right in here. It's very straightforward, and that's how you get all of your data. So last but not least, I just want to show you again the power you have in automations. Remember what I said before. You can come in here, you can pick the exact survey you just created, and you can then do anything in GoHighLevel off of this. Guys, I'm just showing you what's possible because a lot of you guys set one thing up and then you leave it and you don't realize that if you create the system, it's less work for you and you get more money. Like I'm just speaking in very clear, simple terms because you can automate almost everything, AI and automation. And with surveys, you have that ability. So now we're going to go over the last part, which is quizzes. So it's very similar to forms and service, except there's a scoring element because it's a quiz. So I want to go over that so it just makes sense. So we're going to go into quizzes. We're going to click add quiz. We're going to start from scratch and we're just going to do it the old fashioned way. So same exact layout as forms and surveys, but there is one key difference because I'm not even going to go in all this because it's just one key difference is that you have a scoring element and an after page that you need to edit because it's a quiz. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do multiple choice, okay, and we're going to edit this. We're going to click this, same thing as before. You pull from the left, you edit on the right. So we're going to come right in here. We're going to do best CRM, okay? Then we're going to come right down here, and this is how you're going to edit your options. So what we're going to do is we're going to do GoHighLevel, we're going to do HubSpot, and we're going to do Salesforce. Now, what we're going to do with these is we're going to give these points. This is how this works. You have to create a point system so this actually has a value. Otherwise, the quiz is just random and it has no point. So we're going to do overall only. So we'll do 10, we'll do 0. And then for Salesforce, and you can add categories, you can do all kinds of stuff. We'll just do 0. Okay. So then what we're going to do, because we like this, we're going to add one more part of this. Okay. Which is going to be a yes or no. Okay. So we're going to click this again. Guys, you put in whatever you want. I'm just throwing this in here as a test. What we're just going to do is GHL the best. Okay, opposite. No one's going to make a quiz like this. Then we'll come right down. We're going to do yes or only, and we're going to do 10. And then for no, we're just going to do only and have it as 0. And jump to, by the way, just makes it jump to another question. So if they pick something, it could just jump to a whole nother question. You just pick whatever you want here, and then you delete it like that. Okay, so then we're good to go. You can go as crazy as you want. You can add as many pages. It's as simple as that. And you just click exactly what you want. You pull from here, you put the score value for each of them, and then you're done. Drop a comment down below if you're confused or message me for free on Facebook, WhatsApp, or Instagram if you have questions, because a lot of people get tripped up over this. But you just want to make sure you put in what you have and then you give it a score. And right up here, the same exact thing, style, options, and then quiz settings is literally exactly the same as the rest. So it's the same thing except for this part and then the next part I'm about to go into. So you put in whatever you want. Once you have your quiz fully built out and you like everything you got, we then have to edit the result page. So we're going to click edit template. So the way this works is you're going to click things on the right-hand side, and they're going to be bunched into groups, and then you're edited on the left. So it's like reverse of before. Okay, so we're going to start with this up here. So right up here, you can make this any which way you want. You can add a logo in. You can add logo width and dimensions. You can get rid of this right here and add whatever you want. The sizing, simple stuff, margin, padding, up, down, side to side. You guys already understand this. So these are just all the edits on the header of said quiz. Then right in here, when we click this, we now are going to edit this part, which is going to be what score did you get on your quiz? So in here, you can change the colors of everything. So right in here, you edit exactly what you want it to say. Score settings. Where do you want this to be configured? Do you want to show the overall score? Do you want to show tiers? It's basic editing, margin padding, move it around side to side, and then background color, how you want it. So again, I'm not sure what you guys want in this, but you just go through and you pick and you edit. It's as simple as that. And you really click what you want on and off. And then in score tiers, it's going to be these little things right here, and you can edit them. So you can change the color, okay, of what you want it to be. You can change the label. So we'll do low. So you pick the label, okay, and then you pick the percent. Okay, so what do you want it to be from? So anyone that is in from 0 to 39% is categorized as low. Anyone from 40% to 79% is categorized as medium. And anyone from 80% to 100% is categorized as high. Drop a comment down below if you have any questions on this, but it's so straightforward, guys. You can edit every little part of this quiz, making it look beautiful and awesome. So just go through, play with this, how you want it, delete what you want, add what you want, and configure this properly so you see how you want this. Then right in here, okay, you can add more stuff in the body or the CTA. Just depends on what you want. You go through, you add in buttons. Guys, it's really whatever you want. It's very quite simple. Button style, margin padding, we're not going to get over that because it's the same thing on every one. And then default quiz, you have basically your footer part where you can add social media links and anything else you want. So it's so straightforward. It's so basic. It's really not that crazy. It's just a super simple building block for you to create quizzes. And you go through it, you follow how you want, you edit it, and then you're done. And you can make it look however which way you want. Then you click save. You click save up here. And right as before, in all the other things we've done today, you click integrate and you either embed or put it as a link. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this as a link. So if we come into the website builder, there actually isn't an option for quiz. You can't just add it in like the other one. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to add it as a link or embed it as code, which you already know how to do. So I'm just going to show you right here. I'm going to come right here. I'm going to go all the way down here, website URL, and we're just going to paste our quiz in there. We're going to click save, and then you're good to go. So it's very similar to the other ones, except it doesn't have that element where you can just slap it in and select like you did with forms and surveys. You actually have to add it as a link or embed it. We're going to view our website right here. We're going to click make an appointment, and boom, we're going to run through this real quickly. So we're going to do go high level. Say, isn't that cool? Isn't that cool? I'm going to click yes. Look at that, 100%. I did it. So that's how the quizzes work. It's pretty cool. It's pretty neat. And then you can see your score and a bunch of other stuff. So again, guys, yeah, you would say low. Is that what I put in there? But you put in whatever you want. You edit it which way you want. And you really have ultimate functionality with Go High Level. So you can make this look any which way you want. You can create it. Okay, it's awesome, guys. And once you are done, you come right back to quizzes. You go right into submissions, and you will see all of the quizzes go so you can grade them. Yes, yes, yes. Overall score, 100%. Awesome. That's where you will see all of your quizzes data, and you'll know who got what and who did what. And you can add these into communities. You can add these into courses. You can add these into funnels. You can add these anywhere. The same thing with forms, surveys, and quizzes. Also, if you come into automations, I want to show you guys something really, really cool here. You can click this, and guess what they have? Quiz submitted. So you can actually add in a quiz and then add anything else you want. So if someone submits a quiz, it could then email them a sign-up form. It can email them a calendar link. It could email them a congratulations or text them. You can do whatever you want with high level, guys. That is the beauty of this. You don't have that option and that ability to create automations off of this. And guys, automations and AI are the future. So make sure you really lean into this. So it's going to help you a lot. So now that we have all that done, just a quick recap. Forms, surveys, and quizzes are so similar. There's just a couple differences between these two, which I went over in this video just so you understand that. But I really hope this helped, and I really hope it has improved your knowledge and know-how of this, because once you get these three guys and you understand this, it will help your Go High Level game so much. Like, no joke, it will help improve everything you're doing by a mile. So now that your website is completely live and good to go, we now need to go over the almighty chat widgets, okay? Because you can apply a chat widget to a funnel or a website. But what the chat is going to do is it is going to enable you to sell people 24/7. They're goated. They're extremely powerful. So again, if you don't know what a chat widget is, it is this thing right here. You can plug it onto a website on every page and it will talk to people. So now what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. So you're going to come back into sites, okay, back out here, and you're going to go all the way to chat widget, okay? And then you're going to click new. So out of all of these, you used to only have these three options, but now you can click the all-in-one chat, which is what I recommend you do because it can have all of this and then you can connect it to an AI chatbot. So we're going to click select and boom, we're brought right in here. So the first thing you want to do is put in your chat widget name. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to call this Liz, okay, or whatever name you want. Okay, the first thing right here is it already has everything pre-configured, so you don't got to worry about that. This will be the initial message that is sent, okay? So you could do, hey, you, and it will pop up. So that's how you get that initial message, okay? Styles, this is the basic styles, so you can, get rid of the chat prompt or leave that, okay? And you have two options right here. You can pick the chat icon, which is down here, how you want that to look, one of those. You can change the colors of it, okay, the color scheme, and then the welcome message and enable greetings. Widget customization, this is where you will change out the image. Please, for the love of God, change this out. So many people leave this. This woman is been literally on like 95% of websites, and everyone knows it's fake. So put in an actual person or just anything. People just leave it. Then you can pick where you want the widget to go on the website, and then you can pick your widget dimensions so you can make it smaller or bigger. Then in here, you're gonna have chat windows. So this is all the other little features, okay? Okay, so title and intro, so how this basically pops. So if the AI chatbot is going, you should be good, so you don't gotta worry about a lot of this, but it's just basic intro message stuff, and then, send buttons if they wanna do stuff. So a lot of this you can just leave as is, okay? Live chat assigned, this is if you wanna assign to a user. Again, I wanna be showing you how to connect this to a chatbot, so this is much, much better, but a lot of this stuff is like, you can kind of leave it the way it is. But if you want to, you can look at all of these and change it as is. But again, I really think it's good the way it is. Live chat closed, okay? After a couple minutes, you can close it. I would say 5 minutes is fine. If you click enable business office hours, you now have access to all of the hours of this. So it'll be working at those times. So it'll be on and off at, 9 to 5, whatever you want. And you just click which ones you want and put in the exact times you want. It doesn't get any easier than that. We're just going to leave this off because we want 7 additional options, okay? This is stuff for HIPAA compliance. Down here, this will be powered by, and it'll put in your domain. So whatever domain you put in here, we do Amazon.com. It'll link to that, and we could just do Amazon. Again, I am not sponsored by Amazon. I'm just putting that in there. But you can put whatever you want to make it look like that. And I recommend you do that. A lot of people literally leave that, and it'll say like powered by GoHighLevel or something stupid. Put in your business name into this, please. It just looks so unprofessional. Then you got some stuff with HIPAA compliance, legal messages. But again, you're going to want to switch that. And the way you do that is you're going to chat window and you go to the bottom. Okay. Then in messaging, again, this is just basic prompt messaging. A lot of this stuff is going to be done with the AI chatbot. So just leave this the way it is. Same thing with WhatsApp and email. And then you have language to change the language. So I really left this the way it is because it's already really good. You don't have to go crazy with it. Then you're just going to click save. It's very, very simple. It's very, very straightforward. And then you have your live chat all set up. And all they would do is they come in, they pick what they want, and then it basically goes through. So before we set this up, I want to make sure you understand something really clear. SMS is when someone just plugs in their email and phone number and it sends them a message later by a human. Live chat is when they talk to an AI chatbot. In order to do this, we have to set up an AI chatbot. So come back to your Launchpad, come right down to AI agents, go to conversational AI. Again, I have full videos so in depth on this, the most in depth you can find on YouTube. So just use these. Just please watch those because that's how you're going to do this. It's really easy. You create the bot, you go through it. I'm not going to go through that in this video because you should watch that video because it's specifically for this. But I'm assuming you already have a chatbot set up. So we're going to click Chanel. Okay. And all we're going to do is we're going to come right down here. Okay. We're going to click this thing and we're going to do live chat. We're going to do chat widget and live chat. And we're going to click save. And you will now have these set up. And you're going to want to make the bot primer or else it won't work. From there, it will now be connected to said chat widget. So really recommend you do that. It's a plus. It's amazing. So once you have that all set up, you just need to connect to your website. So you can click get for WordPress. This is a way you can actually plug lead connector into WordPress and add this chat widget. How cool is that? Or you can just click get code and put this on any of the bodies of the website. This is how you used to have to do it. You would go like this, copy and go back into your website and copy and paste this on the website to get it. The good news is you don't even have to do that anymore. You can just come in right in here and add it. So we're going to click the website you want or the funnel. Remember, this is exactly the same on both. We're going to click settings and we're literally going to go right on down to chat widget and we're going to pick Liz. Okay, how cool is that? We're going to click save and Liz is now added to your website. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back to pages and we're going to view the home page to see Liz in action. So we come right in here, okay, and boom, it is now in action. How cool is that? So as simple as that, you have now added an AI chatbot. So now what you can do, now that you understand this stuff, is you can come back, okay, you can build funnels and websites really fast with the templates and the process I showed you. Then you can add a chat widget to both of them, power it by AI, so you never miss a sale ever again. Guys, huge. And again, I made this video about all three because they are so interconnected. And once you can understand this, all of your clients will do way better, okay, like way better. And you'll keep them longer, which means you'll get paid longer. And one of the reasons why this is so important to have a chat widget on both these is it's an easy intro to give them an AI chatbot. Once they see, oh my gosh, it's answering all my messages, you then can use it to take care of all of their other messaging needs. So that is how you do it in a nutshell. It is that simple. It is that basic. You just follow those steps and you are done. So we're going to come right here into calendars and you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. So we're going to go more into this at the end of the video because this is where everything ties together. But all this first tab is showing your calendar with all of your appointments. And this is great for the mobile app and everything. So you can all of your appointments. So you go, I have a meeting with Jane on Tuesday and blah, 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 blah. It's all through here. Okay. And you can adjust by date, week, and time. You can see, what's on the 8th, what's whatever. You can see the exact users in here. You can pick your exact calendars. If you want to manually add an appointment, you would click new right here and you'd put in the calendar, the appointment title, pick the team member, the time zone, and click book appointment. That's how you would do it manually and through the app. But again, we'll be creating links so people can do this all by themselves and sign up and put themselves in your calendar so you don't have to. And it's the same thing with appointments. You would go in and you would manually click this so you can set it up. But again, this is where you're just going to see all of your calendars. To build your calendars and to set everything up, actually, it happens in calendar settings. And this is where it all happens. Remember, the calendars tab on high level leads you to the settings, but it's just the place where you see all of your appointments. So really, before we can go in and build calendars, I have to explain what all these tabs mean right here. Calendars, groups, service menu, rooms, and equipment, because these are what tie, the calendars together and organize them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to test on a live account, my hair salon account, so you can see all of these in action and how they work. The first one we have is calendars. They show you when you can book. So it's the calendar that you book your appointment on. And this is what it looks like, okay? You got the date grid, you have the prices or whatever you want. They can pick right here, they can select, they can put in their info, and this is where they book an appointment. It's very much the actual calendar system that you book on. And we have groups. Groups just help you organize all related appointments. And this is what a group looks like. So haircuts, it would be all of the haircuts. Men's haircut, kids haircut, haircut and style for women, okay? And if this was a hot water install for a plumber or you name any service, it would have all the things related to hot water install. This just helps you organize your calendars based on services. If you only have one service or calendar, you won't need this, but this is what it looks like. And if you have a lot of services, this is a great way to segment so your people don't get confused when they see an entire calendar full of a bunch of stuff. But as you see, if you click to this, you click through, it'll bring you to the calendar and pick. It's just a grouping of like-minded calendars. Then we have service menu, and this just lets you choose what service to book. So it's an entire menu of all of the services. This is what it looks like. It's got every single service that you are offering. Haircuts, hair coloring, hair treatment, dual services, wax. It's got it all right here. And again, you just click this, you click book, you click whoever you want, and then you go through, and then what's going to happen is you're going to be taken to the calendar where you can pick. Remember, it's all the same calendar, except it's for specific services. That way, if you have a bunch of stuff like hot water installs, I'm just using the plumber example, cleaning leaky faucets, toilets, whatever, and you're a plumber, this would have all of your services listed out. And this is really good for people when they're on your website. They can just click, as opposed to it just immediately books an appointment. They don't know what they're booking an appointment for. This has all of your services here and all of your calendars in one place so they can pick which one they want. Then we have rooms. Okay, this is just a place where all the services would go. Now, you're most likely not going to be using this if you're a plumber. This is for hair salons, chiropractors, massage clinics, anyone that has like that kind of business, you know what I mean? Like, come in and we'll take care of you, like that kind of stuff, because this segments where to go. So for this, you have multiple chairs with multiple services. You see what I'm saying? So if you have 5 hairstylists, each one works on a different chair. Or if you have multiple massage tables, each one works on a different table, and there's calendars connected to that chair. That way you wouldn't have people just randomly scheduling. It's like, this chair is full. So again, you most likely wouldn't use that, but that would be in this instance where you do it. Then equipment is just the equipment you have on hand. Again, you most likely won't use this, but this is really for those businesses where they have a bunch of parts moving around. As you see here, I just have trimmers, or you can use scissors. I actually don't even use this, but you can for all kinds of other things, for any sort of like physical goods you have, like hair coloring or massage gel or whatever you're doing. Again, for most service-based businesses, plumbers, lawyers, HVAC, all of those guys, you're most likely just going to need calendars, groups, and service menu. Because again, your calendars are all right here, and groups and service menu just takes your calendars and segments them better. These are all calendars. These are kind of taking a step further, but that's really what these are. So now that you understand all of this stuff and you understand how to group calendars and create service menus, we now need to actually create a calendar itself, because this is where you will then build out your calendars to put it in. This is very much what the video is about, is building the calendar. So to build a calendar, we're going to go right over to here to create calendar, and we're going to click it. Here they have 6 different calendars for different purposes. Okay, they all serve a different function. So the first one is personal booking. So this is your classic one-on-one meeting calendar. This is what it looks like. You have one host, one participant, and it's just one-on-one communication, and it's as simple as that. This is the calendar that most people use. A basic book a call and we'll chat. Then we have round robin. Okay, so this is very much geared towards sales. It's like when you go to a website and pick your agent to talk to. This is more on the back end. It just cycles through and talks to people in a round robin fashion. You have one participant, and then you have hosts rotating 1, 2, and 3. So it just goes through them, and this is great for sales. And again, this calendar is very much geared towards sales because it goes through a bunch of different people or support agents to help one participant. Just to let you know, participants is you or the person that is booking the call. Hosts are the people that have the calendar and are hosting the call. Then we have class booking. So this is one host with multiple participants. This is very much like school. You got one person teaching or doing whatever, and then you have multiple people watching. So it'd be like a live stream where I'm on talking, and then all of you guys watch. So that's what this calendar is geared towards. Then we have collective booking, which is actually the inverted version of class booking. It's multiple hosts with one participant, where the other one was multiple participants to one host. This is what it is. You have one participant to multiple hosts. So this could be a job interview. This could be some sort of seeing if you're a good fit for a partnership. It's very much interview style with multiple hosts and uno participant. And then down here you have 2 more. And to access these, they'll always be toggled off, but you just click this arrow and you'll have event calendar and service booking. So for event calendar, this is what it sounds like. It is for events, both virtual and physical. This is very much it. It is an event. So it could be like, everyone come to my webinar, come to my Christmas party, or everyone come down to Scottsdale, Arizona for my mastermind meetup. It is an event with tons of participants and tons of hosts. And again, it can be both offline and online. And then last but not least, you have service booking. So this is like booking an actual service. Now, you could technically do a payment wall for these and do the similar thing, but this is like, I need a hot water install. Please pay me $500 and I'll come. So this is like booking a consultation, a service, as you see here. This is what most service-based businesses will use. And that way, when people book stuff, they'll book the service. And it's very seamless and simple, so they can pick a day, pick a time, and collect payment. As you see right here with the dollar signs, it's very simple, just a calendar where you can book an actual, it's not just a meeting, it's geared towards like a thing that is actually happening, whether that is a consultation over the phone, that is meeting up to change your, hot water install, whether that is going out and getting your hair done. It is a service calendar. Those are the 6 different calendars on GoHighLevel. So whatever you're trying to do, now that you understand that, you would pick that one. But for the sake of this, we're just going to start with personal booking. Okay, so now we're going to put in, so I'm going to go through and create a test and just to show you what it is, but you would put in whatever your info is in here. So what we're going to do is we're going to do test. That's what we're going to do. Test wizard cal. Okay, that's what it's going to be called. You put whatever you want. Now comes a very important part that I'm going to have to go into another section just to explain, is you select your team member. So all calendars have to have a team member. Now, in the future, when you have AI agents talking to everyone, that's going to change, but it's still going to have to be a team member ultimately. But you need to have a team member, which is a user on your sub account. And I have full videos on this, but I'm going to walk you through this anyway because GoHighLevel Wizard always over delivers as always. So let's hop right in so I can show you what this is and how to add these, because if you don't have these, you can't really have a calendar because the calendar has to go to somebody. Okay, so you're going to come right into your GoHighLevel dashboard. You're going to click settings. You're going to go right to my staff and you're going to be brought to a page that looks like this. This is where you add users. So you're just going to click add employee. So this is where you plug everything in. So we're just going to do wizard, last name GHL, email, let's do wizard@gmail.com. Okay, and you put in whatever, and we'll do 540-947-865. Put your thing in, and then you're going to basically be brought to this. So you're going to do advanced settings, okay, and that's where you put in a password to grant them access. Again, I have a full video on this. I highly recommend you go check it out. I'm just breezing through this, but this is basically how you're going to add a user. And then you would pick the calendar you want, but what's more important after we do that is we click next. We give them access to what they want in here, so you'd make sure they have calendars all checked out. But where is it? Right here, user availability. This is really important because these two steps are how we actually plug it into the calendar. So remember, the calendar is going to have a date range. So it's going to have, you open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, but then you're going to have employees have that same thing. So you would say if GHL Wizard is only available on, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, you would click these off and pick the exact times by just clicking this and selecting exactly what you want to have it work from what hour to what. This way, with this, it basically figures out what employee or salesperson is available on what day. So you're going to want to make sure, whoever your employees, if you don't have them added, you're going to want to come right in here and configure the exact time zone. And then here you can add a Zoom, a Google Meet, a phone, so it's already pre-connected. Very simply, you click which one you want and you click connect Zoom and it'll take you to that. But again, this is a little bit of a side quest I'm going on because you should already know what this is, but if you don't, I'm just trying to teach you. And again, full video if you want more on this. But this is just going into creating said user. And then here you can plug in their Google Calendar and other things, which we'll do later. But that's how you would set up that employee. Once that's saved, you'll see your new user pop up right here. And if we come back here, we refresh this junk, we're going to pull it up and you're going to see the way the user now gets added. So once this loads, create calendar, okay, personal booking, boom. You now have your new employee with that new time and everything selected. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to pick for real now. We're going to pick Declan O'Reilly. We're going to come right down. We're going to put in the URL. So this is the URL of what it's going to be. So we're just going to do wizard test cal. And what you can do is you can copy and paste that very simply. That's what I usually put in. That way you have it. And then you're going to have the meeting duration. So how long does the meeting last? We'll click 30 minutes. And then right here you have all of your dates and times. So are you open on Sundays, whatever, and you just click this to toggle on and off, and then you'll pick what your times will be. So you come right here, you just click exactly what you want, pick it how you want, just like before, and then you're just going to click confirm, okay? And this is how you'll preview your calendar. You can just click this and you can see your calendar live just like this. Ooh, look how awesome that is. But again, that was not enough. We actually have to edit this thing for real and go into the fine-tuned stuff. So we're going to come right in here. Once you're done with your calendar, you click Wizard Test Cal, you can click these three dots, and we're going to click Edit. And again, you can click Advanced Settings in that other page, and it'll take you right to it, but I like to first make it live so you can just kind of see what you're working with. So now here are all the settings that are really important for your calendar. So your availability, whether you're taking payments, get your notifications to remind people when your meetings are, and all of this is brought right through here. So this is your blank calendar right now. This is what we just created, the Wizard Test Cal. Now we're going to make it look better and a bunch of other stuff. So first things, you have your calendar logo. So we're going to click this right here. We're going to click my face, and you put whatever you want in. I'm just throwing my face in. You have the name we put right there. You then have a description. So this will be a strategy call, and you put in whatever you want, okay? So the description for the call, then you can pick which group you want. Remember earlier when we went to groups, the like calendars, you would put in whatever group you want, then you put the URL. We already like that. Down here you have the meeting invite title. So this is a custom field. So what this is going to do is when it sends an email or sends whatever, it's going to put in the name of the person that signed up. Really cool. So you don't have to. So if it's Tina signing up, it would send a message saying, Tina, are you ready for your call? And that's a custom field, and it knows what to put because it's squiggly brackets contact name. So leave that perfectly good. You don't want to mess with that. Then you can add any other team members to your calendar. Okay. And then right here, you have basically the meeting location, which, as I said before, you can come right in here, put Zoom, Google Meet, whatever you want to have that be your new meeting place. Is it a Zoom? Whatever. So that's where you configure it. Just like I showed you before, you click through and you add. Now you have colors for your calendar. So we'll click green. Okay. That's what we'll go with. And you see right there, you see my image popped up, and you can click circle or square, and then you're done. So this page all looks really good. And we're going to click save. just like this. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring you on to availability, the next spot, just like that. So what we're going to do, come right in here and you're going to mess with the time. So every day when you're available, you already did this earlier, so I don't think this is important. But if you want to have special days, say on Thursdays, I'm open at 9 a.m. instead of 8 a.m., you would just add it just like that. So make sure you go through here and you configure the exact time you want of your meetings. Okay, then here what you have is look busy. What this will do is this will go onto the calendar, okay, and it will block off certain dates to be like, ooh, he's got a lot of appointments. Kind of gimmicky. I just like to get a lot of appointments and be a real G, not a fake one. So that just makes you look busy. And again, it can have its advantages, but it's one of those things that's like that. And you can put whatever percent in, 25% of slots will be taken away. You decide if that's what you want to do. It can be good not to get too many bookings, but that's how that works. Recurring meeting is going to be if someone is booking multiple calls. So if they buy a package from you, it'll be like multiple calls on the calendar. So they can click one on Tuesday the 14th, one on 16th, whatever you want, and you would just click it like that and go through. But we're not going to be doing that, but that's how you would do that. Then you're brought to all of this stuff. This is going to be all of the meeting time configurations. First thing we have is meeting interval. So this is basically going to be the time between meetings. So do you want half-hour buffer in between? Do you want 20-minute buffer? So it's not like calls stacked right on top of each other. It's like it'll give you 5 minutes in between calls. So that's what that is. Okay, then your meeting duration, how long is said meeting. We have minimum scheduling notice. Okay, this is how soon can they schedule. So if you come right here, it would be like these blocked off. Like, do you want them to immediately schedule in 1 hour? So what I recommend is doing a day. So you have a buffer. Okay, date range. This is how far can they schedule in advance. So I'll show you this. We got 5 days in advance. We'll click save. And as you see right here, it cut off all the other days. Now, again, we didn't have it turned on for these days earlier in the settings, so you'll only get that. Just keeps people from scheduling like months in advance and stuff. And then you have maximum bookings per day, so how many people can book in one day. You just click this up or down in order for them to do it. Then you have maximum bookings per slot, so this is per the user we set up. How many people can they book? And then pre-buffer time, this is how much time you have before a call, okay, and then post-buffer time after. So in between calls, like we talked about before, it's similar to meeting interval, but it'll show you like how much time in between and after an appointment do we have. So it's not like an appointment on top of each other, then you're, being really sloppy. So that's how you do all the time configuration. So you come up and click save. And again, it's going to take you to the exact next. So then you can pick a form if you want to do some sort of contact thing. Don't really need that because it's already going to pre-populate, but you would just select it right here. And then you have the basic form stuff where you can have sticky contacts, any sort of consent checkbox, adding guests, and simple stuff like that. This is all very much already good. You don't need to add a lot of stuff. Again, if you're doing other stuff, you can. If you're running some stuff with ads, you can put in your Facebook pixel. But a lot of this stuff, very simple, very straightforward. I would just leave it because it's already pretty good unless you're trying to do some stuff with forms. And to accept payments, you would just click this and it's going to show you exactly what you want to charge for the call. So you could do $50, accept partial payment, do whatever you want, and that way it'll collect payment for the call. So before they can book the call, they have to pay you, which is great for consultations or anything like that. And then you can put in your description and then you're really good to go. For the sake of the video, we're not going to have that on, but that's how that works in case you want to get payment. So we come right up here and click save. Now we're brought to notifications and additional options. This is huge, guys. This is why this video is so amazing, because this is an update. You used to have to create an automation to send out reminders. Now you don't even got to do that. It literally does it for you, which is amazing. So it's actually better than Calendly now. Thank God. But you basically have different notifications. You have email and you have in-app. And come right into any of these. We'll just click this one. By the way, they're literally all the same thing except for changing the messages. So I'm going to show you how to do one. So you can do the rest. You're just going to click this right here. You're going to click on, and then for in-app, you're going to have it on, okay, and you come right in here and you click this and you pick what you want it to say. So again, you can pick the email template you want, whatever you're doing. Are you saying, hey, call coming in 10 minutes? Or you just leave what it has there. I mean, this is pretty much good. Hi, we've received your appointment request and confirm shortly. It's already really good, but then you just want to configure the basic stuff. So the from name, who it's being sent from. So me would be the wizard, you would be whatever your name is, the from email address, and then you can add a test email to test it. Again, if it's the assigned user, which is the person taking the call, same exact thing. You're configuring exactly what email you want, and then you can add any additional emails. It's so simple and it's so straightforward. And to be honest, it's already pretty much well set up. I don't even think you need to touch this unless you're doing more advanced stuff. You just want to toggle it on and have all of these checked, because what that's going to do is it's basically going to send the right stuff to the right people. And then in app to the assigned user, remember we talked about the assigned users, the people we send it to, it's going to notify them, okay, on web and the mobile app. So it's like, hey, you got a meeting. I tell you right now is you have got to have these set up, like got to have it set up. It's so important to have notifications because your no-show rate, like people won't show up if they're not notified. People, okay, this very important. And again, they're all the same thing. They just have different emails and you can figure what it is. I honestly think they're all pretty much good. You just have to toggle them on. So again, what I would do here is I would come right in here. I would enable this bad boy. I would click save. Those are all the different notification types. Again, what I just showed you is how you turn them on. You can edit it like that. It's very simple. This sends the notifications before the call, okay, or the Zoom or the meeting. But you would come right in here, you just toggle them on, and you have basically all of these. You have appointment booked, status unconfirmed, appointment booked, status confirmed. If they cancel, if they reschedule, a reminder, and a follow-up. So these are kind of optional. You pick whatever you want. I really think you got to have these on, and you gots to have these on, okay? So come right in here, enabled, jump, enabled. You pick which one you want. Again, remember what email, just like I did before. I know I'm repeating myself, but to make sure, you want to make sure you plug in the right stuff, depending on what you're trying to do. Again, it's pretty much already golden the way it's set up, but if you want to add extra stuff in those emails, you want to make sure you have it properly configured, go through and do it. And once you set this up for this calendar, you're done, okay? And then you're definitely going to want to have follow-up done too. Enable this bad boy, click save, and you're done. And again, this is so massive because you still legitimately have to go in and set up an automation to do this. Like absolutely just horrendous waste of time. So they don't have this now. So you can now do this and it's like such a big time save, but it also will get people showing up on your calendars way more. When you connect Google or Outlook, which I'm going to show you how to do in a sec, you would just toggle this on. That way Google and Outlook can hit them too with them follow-ups. This one down here will just assign contacts to the team member via the calendar, which is good. And then right here you have a cancellation and reschedule policy, so you can turn this on if you don't want them to reschedule, or on, and you pick exactly how much you want the rescheduling link to work. So they cancel, it sends them a link going, hey, buy here or whatever here. Then it would be a timed link, so it only let them do it for a certain amount of time. Same thing with cancellation. It'll send it, and it's just however long you want that to go. And you can pick minutes, hours, days, 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever you want. You type it in as easy as that, and then it's configured. And then any sort of additional notes. So again, it's so straightforward. Quick recap. You just click in here. You just toggle it on, and then you pick the exact emails and the fine details, but it's pretty much all good. I would just recommend you turn these on because it's so important. So we're going to click save up here. Last but not least, it's just the final customization. So you can basically add some cool stuff right here. We're going to Upsplash. Let's just do, let's search. Let's do, come right in here to this bad boy. We'll do Unsplash. By the way, this is pretty cool. You get free images. We'll just do tech. We're just going to click this computer. Okay, guys, again, I'm just testing. You put in whatever you want for your cover image. It's going to be the image on the calendar. So pick that right here. Then we can pick the style. Do you want neo or classic? This just kind of changes the way it looks. Very basic, very simple. They're all pretty cool, but you pick which one you want. They look very similar. Then you pick the primary colors you want. So what color do you want? Do you want it to be gray? Do you want it to be blue? And again, this is for the calendar. Then we're going to pick the background color. So we'll pick red. I'll show you at the end so you can see what this looks like. This is going to look really bad, but I'm just going to do that for the sake of the video. And then you have the basic stuff, the schedule meeting. And then you can pick the calendar title, the calendar description, or the calendar details to have them on or off. And then you're good. So what we'll actually do is we'll click preview widget. Horrible, like really bad, like terrible. You don't want that. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back here. You can preview your widget right here so you can check out what it looks like. So we'll just click this and then, oh wow, look how cool that is. So super simple. Okay. And then just to let you know, as you see right here, you can only customize on the Neo. You can't really do it on the Classic, but you would pick like that and then you're good to go. So once that all looks good and you're like, yay, this is amazing, you're going to click save. Okay. You're going to save your calendar settings and then you're good to go. That's it. That's how you build a calendar in GoHighLevel. It is that simple. Now, again, that may be like, oh my gosh, that was like so in depth. That might take forever. It really doesn't. Once you understand how to do one, like I just showed you, all of these are so easy. You go through, you configure it, you pick the time and you're done. Again, you set up your calendar, you have it, you're done. It's that easy. And right now, this is the most up-to-date video I've seen on YouTube. When the time of me putting this out on this calendar system, it goes over everything. So definitely will help. Now you have your calendar, but now you got to get people to book on it. So let me show you how to implement this bad boy live. So you can click these 3 dots and you have all of these options. So you can edit it, you can duplicate it, you can share, which we're going to do. Then you can move into the group, right? You know, here, what we already talked about before, deactivate it or troubleshoot it. So what you can do is you can just copy this and send it to people. Scheduling link is just for them scheduling. Okay. And the permanent link will be the one that will not change. Okay. It's going to be just like that. One-time link is a link that they can schedule once and then it will dissolve. Like once they go through it, they can't go back. And then embedded code is going to be adding this to a website, which I'm going to show you how to do too. Okay, so again, scheduling link, this is where you'll get the thing. So you can copy this and then send it to someone via email, messenger, and it'll pop up so they can be like, oh, cool. And and then they can come here, they can pick the date, and they can schedule with you. So that's how you do that. These are very straightforward, these two ones. You just copy and send it to them. Then you have embedded code so people can actually schedule on a website. So you're going to go like this, right? So you're going to come to your website, in Sites, you're going to click Add Elements, you're going to scroll right down, all the way down to Code, and we're just going to slap this in right here. So what you can do once you have it, you're going to open Code Editor just like this, and you're going to paste the text we just copied. So we're going to click Save. We're going to click Save. Okay, two saves. Then we're going to click Publish. We got to put a domain on that, so we're not going to do that because this is a test, but we're going to view it. And then you can see your calendar embedded just like this. How cool is that? How simple? Simple copy and paste. So now when they go to your website, they're like, oh, sweet, I can book. But if that's like a little too hairy and weird, what you can do is you can connect it to a button. You click right here. You go right down here. You go right here. You do website URL. Now you can do a pop-up too, but honestly, it's simple with this. So we do this right here, and we're going to come right back to this. We're going to come to schedule link. You can pick your permanent link, whatever you want. We'll just click this. We're going to come all the way back to this. We're going to click this bad boy, paste. Then we're going to click save. Okay, yes, we want the global section, book a consultation, going straight to the wizard himself, and then open a new tab, just takes it to a new tab. We're going to view this again. You click book a consultation. Boom! How simple is that? You now have connected calendars, and you can do this any which way you want. It is that simple. Before I go into the final segment, which is going to be very short, just showing you how to connect Google Calendar and availability and simple stuff, I just want to let you know, in order to have a service menu, it's very simple. You just click this, you put in the name, you put in description, you go to select services. Like, it's very, very simple to create that, but I wanted to show you because it says up here, and it's really important. You have to have service calendars in order to have a service menu. So remember, if you go back to calendars, create calendar, you gotta have these in order for the service menu to work. It's so straightforward. Once you have them, you just click in. I might even create a whole video on this if you're confused. Remember, drop a comment if you're confused, but you just go through and you add your calendars. Remember, again, and I just want to make sure this is clear, groups and service menu are just little groupings of a bunch of calendars. So you can't have these groups and service menus unless you have calendars. Like, you can't. It's just not the way it works. You have to have calendars first, and then you can add them in like that. Just a quick pro tip to let you know. But now it's time to go over these last 3 tabs very simply and very straightforward so you can knock it out of the park. So preferences, this is just some basic stuff, okay? This is where you want the meeting location. So again, do you want this always to be on Zoom? And this is based per the user of the account like we went before. So where do you want the meeting? Phone number, how do you want the meeting to happen? And then account preferences, this is just some basic stuff. View options, what day, okay, services, you pick, what do you want? Service menu, rooms, equipment, toggle them on and off like that. And then you have your default language. What language do you want? So you just put it in like that, very simply. The time format, okay, and that can be military time versus regular time, and then week starts on. Simple as that. Those are your preferences. It's just basic stuff to tweak just so you know how to do it. Availability, again, this is going to be per user. Okay, very, very important for the person accessing on here. And again, you just pick what time, you toggle on and off, you click this, you click that, you pick exactly what you want, and you have the time perfectly scheduled so you are available on said time. It doesn't kind of geek out and whatnot. So that's what you would do. You would just pick what you want and be, I'm available on this. And again, it's per user. I see so much confusion on this, but it's simple as that. And then right here, this is great. You can pick the time zone you want with whatever you're in. Then last but not least, we have connections. So this is actually really, really dope because this is how you connect other calendars. So you have all kinds of stuff. You have calendars, video conferencing, Google organic booking, and local service ads, which are amazing. But for calendars, you just click add new, and you'll see right here. This is really, really cool. You can basically connect Google Calendar, and all you do is click connect, okay? And it's going to take you right here, and you sign in with Google. Very simple. Like, you literally just log into Google. And if you don't have Google Calendar, I recommend it. It's beautiful. It's free. It's incredible. But that's how you would add it very simply. You would just click that, and you'll add it. Basically, come in. You can do the same thing for Outlook. You click connect, you log in, and it connects to Outlook. Remember, this will then have it when an appointment gets booked on said calendar. It will pop up in your Google or whatever calendar. And again, GoHighLevel has the app where you can have a calendar. It doesn't really matter, but it's always nice to have 2 calendars so you get double email notifications. Same thing, connect with iCloud. And then with Calendly, you can sync Calendly and move it all over. Quick pro tip bonus here. You can basically move over all of Calendly stuff by just copying and pasting into the calendars. I'm telling you right now, GoHighLevel's calendar system, way better than Calendly, and you can have it for free as part of your subscription. So don't pay for Calendly. Please move over to HighLevel. It's way better, and you can add AI chatbots. And then here again, Zoom and Microsoft Teams, do you want it always on Zoom? You click connect, you'll log into your account. It doesn't get any easier than that, but that's how that works. And it's very simple and it's very, very straightforward, and it's easy, easy peasy. So that's it. That's calendars. It's that simple. But there is one more thing I want to go over. And I know this is a very in-depth video. Wizard always goes in depth. I just want to make sure you master the calendar system. But what I want to do now is I want to show you what it looks like once you book an appointment. So we're going to come in here just to go through. We'll do 11 a.m. Select. We'll click Declan. Last name O'Reilly. Okay, we'll do my phone number. 540-456-7889. We'll do my email. We'll do that bad boy right there. Additional info. Hi. Okay. Boom, and then you can click this if you want. But we're going to schedule this meeting. Okay, so you can see it pops up on the screen. If we come here, we go right to the 5th, you will see the meeting right there. How cool is that? Then you can click in and you can see what the meeting's about, who it is, what it is, and it'll be like this. It'll show all of your meetings on this calendar. How cool is that? And it's very simple. It's got all of your meeting info right in one spot, so you can just click around, toggle, and you have it all right there. So the first thing I want to do is break down what a domain is in as simple language as possible. So a domain really is just an identifier of your site, and subdomains and extensions are just basic ways to categorize your site. So a subdomain is anything that comes before the name, which is the domain. So you could have courses high level, you could have help high level, you could have happiness, or whatever you want. You can put the subdomain first, okay, and then that will be added in, and that's the subdomain. You can change that multiple times for a domain, okay? But you can't have multiple domains for a subdomain, but you can have multiple subdomains for a domain. A domain is the thing itself. So GoHighLevel, Declan the Wizard, Amazon.com, whatever, or Amazon. It's just going to be the name of the thing. Then the extension is the last part, which is .com, .co, .ai, whatever you want, you can slap that in there. So that's essentially what a domain is in as very simple language as possible. And you have to have one of these to have a website, a course, or anything go online. Think of it as like the identifier, the tag for your website. If you don't have a domain, it can't really be plugged in anywhere. That is essentially what a domain is. If you guys have any questions, I'll drop them down in the comments and I'll answer as fast as possible. Now we're gonna go into setting up domains, transferring them, and doing all this other stuff so you can get everything you want in HighLevel live ASAP. So to access domains and that whole part inside of HighLevel, you're gonna come into your sub account, you're gonna go right down to settings, and you're gonna scroll to domains and URL redirects. Don't worry, we will cover URL redirects after we cover domains. So in here, you will see 3 different options. Okay, number 1, you can purchase a domain, so that is buying and acquiring a domain. Number 2, you can transfer a domain, which is bringing in from GoDaddy, Namecheap, Squarespace, wherever you have it, you can plug it into HighLevel. Then number 3, we have connecting a domain, which is where it will stay on another registrar, but it'll be connected to HighLevel so you can use it. And we're gonna go over all 3. So first up, we are going to purchase a domain. So you're gonna click that button, you're gonna come right in here, and you're gonna type in the name of the domain you want. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do Declan the Wizard, then we're gonna do .com, because you can put in your extensions. So we're gonna click search. Remember the extension we talked about that earlier? And you can see, huzzah, it's available. How cool is that? But you can also see down here all the other options with the other extensions. So .com, we have .me, .org, .tech. I mean, you see it just goes on with a bunch of random stuff. .com is pretty much the standard. It's the best, but you can always get other ones like .ai or stuff like that. And to do that, you would just come in here and say, I want AI if it's not available. And then you search that, and then you will see right there. So it's kind of expensive. So you see how the prices kind of change for certain stuff. AI is hot right now, so it costs a little more. But basic things are all pretty much the same price per year. They're not per month, per year. So it's like $12 a year for most domains, which is really cheap. So then we picked the exact one we wanted, which was .com. So we're going to search this. Then we're going to come right in here. We see, okay, this looks good. And we're going to click buy. Now, this is what we want to do. We want to be very careful because they have a lot of add-ons here. Okay, because you see right here, it says protect your brand from competitors. You don't need all of those. Now, you could if you wanted, if you really think it's important, but you want to unclick these, and you see how the price goes down, and then you would pick it for how long you want it. So for SEO purposes, the longer you have it, it does help a bit. But if you're just testing out, get it for 1 year, and it's $12 for the entire year. Then from there, you come right in here and you click agree, and then you click pay $12, and then you will now have the domain. Once it goes through, it'll go through the loading screen. It'll show you that you have it. You then can come right back here and you will see your domain popped up. Now, real quick, because I want to cover everything, if you don't see a way to purchase a domain in here and you're like, where is it? It's not on my screen, but it's on Declan's. Go back to agency view, okay, which is this side. Come down to settings and go to domain purchase. And then here you can toggle it on or off for your accounts. Then that's how it's going to pop up. So make sure you do that if you don't see it. Very, very important. We'll get into rebuilding later, so don't worry about that. Okay, so that's how we purchase a domain. That's how you buy it. So very simple. Okay, we have transfer in a domain, which is a little more complicated. This is how we're going to take a domain from GoDaddy, Namecheap, wherever, and bring it into HighLevel so it's now officially in HighLevel forever. So let's come in here, and we're going to transfer this domain right in here. So you put in whatever domain you want to move from your other extension. So we're going to do this. We're going to click continue. Then right here, it's going to immediately identify the domain, where it's from, their current registration, all that extra stuff, the price, which is really cool. So it immediately has this. So then we're going to click continue. So then you have two different options. You can upload the DNS zone file, which you're going to need to do, or you can scan the records, which is going to go through and scan it. Now, every domain registrar is a little different. Okay. I'm going to show you the basics on GoDaddy because that's what I use, but it's going to change depending on what you're doing. Okay. Because different registrars are different, but it's all in the same place. It's DNS manage. It's the same rubric, so to speak. So what we can do for this one is we can upload the DNS file. So if we come in here and we click DNS, and you can do this to any of your accounts, any of your domains. So then you'd come into GoDaddy, whatever you're using, okay, go to DNS, come right down here, click actions. Again, you can just ChatGPT this if you're trying to find stuff, but you would just click export zone file and it's going to download it. Then you come right in here, you click upload and you upload that exact file that just went in. So very simple. You can do that. Or you can click the scan records, which is going to go through and just scan the current DNS records to make sure everything is good. Okay. From there we go. Yay. These are all, you check it. If you like it and everything is the way you want it to be, remember, you can always use ChatGPT to find exactly where this stuff is because it always changes. We come right down here once we like the way everything looks, and we're going to click I confirm and, cross-checked and all this other jazz. Then we're going to click continue. Then what you're going to do is you're going to come right in, go to your domain, scroll down, click transfer new registrar. It'll be right under your domain and whatever server you have, you just click it, scroll to the bottom and you'll see transfer domain. Once you come in here, you click continue. Okay. And then right here, what you're going to get is you're going to get here to get your authorization code. Then we're going to click it. And then you're going to take this, you're going to copy it, you're going to come right back in here and you're going to paste this code right in here. Then you're going to click confirm and finalize transfer. And then right in here, you're going to go through waiting or pending approval and then you're good to go. So you just have to follow this process. It is a bit tricky to find that EEP code, okay, which is the thing we just did. So what I recommend you do, since every domain registrar is different, is you go to ChatGPT and you figure out where to find the EEP code. It'll say, get that, watch a video on it because everyone is different and it changes. It's roughly always in the same place, which is when you transfer a domain, it'll be right under there. So that's relatively easy, but it depends on what you're doing, or you can drop a comment down below and I'll try to help aid you through it. It is relatively easy. You just got to find it. So once we're there, we just wait and make sure everything is good and make sure your domain is good. Once it is approved though, we would go back to domains and you would see it just like this right in here and it's ready to go. This has not been fully done because it has to be approved and we have to go through on the other side of GoDaddy, but from there we are then good to go and it's in our account. So now we move on to the last part with the domains, which is connecting a domain. So this is just bringing a domain in here. It's not transferring, it's adding into HighLevel so you can use it for other things. And you can pick exactly what you want it to connect to, but for right now, we want to just connect it and bring it in. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back into GoDaddy. Okay, we're going to copy and paste the domain, or you can just type it in just like that. We're going to come right in here. We're going to click paste, and then we're going to click continue. From here, because it's with GoDaddy, you can just click continue and it's going to do it automatically, which is really cool. Now you might have to change some stuff, but manually it's just going in and tweaking it the other way, which is adding in records. So then we click authorize domain. Once that looks good, we click connect. Then it will say David's Plumbing & Sons is now a lead connector domain. So we come back here, we wait for this to authorize. Sometimes it doesn't go through, but if it never does, it's because of the DNS records aren't properly configured, which there's a way to add it manually, which when you click it, it'll tell you exactly what to add. So that's how you connect the domain. Now, just to give you a quick update on the manual version, we come in here, we paste this right here, we click continue, you just click this right here and you click add records manually. and it tells you exactly what to add, and you just add them into the DNS records. You create the A record, you create the host, the required value, and then you are good to go. And if you want me to take an even step further, if it's confusing, I will just quickly show you. So we have A record, you would come in, you would click add new record, you would choose A. Very simple, you follow record A, host, we come in here, we go name, that is the host, which we would put is @ we do @ and then you come right in here and you type this exact code, okay, and you'd paste it right here, which is the value. And then you click save. So that's how you do it manually. And guys, I'm just showing you, but it's so simple. You just go, okay, record, cool, and you just add it. And the next one would be CNAME. So you come in, you'd add another record and you call it CNAME. Very simple. It doesn't get any easier than that, but that's how you would do it manually if it doesn't properly go through. So that's just to show you to make sure you have it. Again, any questions you have, drop them down below. So now once you have your domain connected in here, there's a couple really important things to note. If you've transferred a domain, which we technically did, but it takes a while to get here, so we have to go through the approval, but we haven't done that. We followed all the steps. We could click approve, but I don't want this domain here. It's just a test. If you connect it, what we just did via your other domain registrar, not transferring, you will not be able to access the DNS. So if you own the domain or you've fully transferred it, when you click manage, you will be able to access the DNS records in here. If you have just connected it, you still have to go through your other registrar like GoDaddy to access the DNS. So that's a really important fact to know. And again, when you click manage, you'll see it here, but you also see what it's connected to. So this is not connected to anything, but you can see, oh wow, it's connected to this, connected to that, and then you can click connect and add it into your email, WordPress, all that stuff, which we're gonna get into in a sec. But just to let you know, you click manage and that's how you would see where it's at. So that kind of gives you a full scope. So you can always come back here to domains and URL redirects and you can have access to this so you can edit it. Okay, so now it's time to show you how to connect this to a website, a funnel, a community, whatever you want. So to connect a website or really anything you want, you can just come right into manage and click connect. And right here, it's going to show you all of the different options you get. So to connect a website, you can come right here, click connect email. You just follow the steps. I mean, it's so easy that you just click and follow along. Like for example, client portal, if you want to access the courses, you click connect and it's going to take you to the client portal side. Then you just put in your domain right here and click add domain and then you're good to go. It's so straightforward. It tells you exactly what to do. And that's how you can connect it to multiple different things. Now there is another way to connect the websites. Now the easiest way is what I just showed you where you go in and you click connect website. But if you come in here and let's say we like Declan's snapshot under funnels, we can just click edit right here. Okay. Then we can click settings. Then we can also click domain and just click it, come down and click save. And then you have a domain added in just like that. And you can do the same thing right up here in websites. If we say, okay, we want Novash Real Estate, we're going to click this right here, go right to settings, click domain, click it, and you're good to go. So that is another way to add it, just to let you know. So it's very simple, guys. It's extremely straightforward. I mean, anyone can do this. High Level makes it so easy. And if you guys have any questions, drop a comment down below so I can guide you. But that way, immediately when you come in, you can come in and you can start adding your domain to your websites and make everything live very, very quickly. Okay, so one of the last things I want to show you before we jump into URL redirects is a sneaky little way to make extra money, and that is rebilling on your domain. So if you come to Agency View and you click into a sub account, okay, that you own and control, and guys, this is on the $497 plan, but if we come right in here to rebilling, you can actually come down and you'll see domain purchase. So if you click this, guys, again, $497 plan, you got to have that one, but you can actually mark up the price when someone buys a domain, so you making a little extra money. Now, this is really great if they're going to be buying domains through your account anyway. Again, you don't want to make it absurd. You obviously want to tell them, but you can have them buy a domain and then you can charge them an extra $2. So every year you're making that extra $2. Doesn't seem like a lot, but when you got hundreds of sub accounts, rebilling adds up really quickly. So that's how you would come in and you would add the rebilling side of things. You can just play with this however you want. Obviously, I always tell people be transparent, but you can dial in exactly how much you want to charge for them to buy domains under you. And guys, really great way to make some extra money. Again, I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but all of this rebilling, it adds up drastically. And if you are interested in rebilling, you're like, that's awesome. Watch the video on my channel that goes in depth on that because this is a game changer if you are an agency. All right, so now that you understand everything about domains in high level, how to transfer, connect, buy, all that good stuff, we now want to go into URL redirects. This is an awesome feature. This can be very handy. All this does is when someone types in your URL, so www.declanissamazing.com, it then could send them to amazon.com or whatever. It can just redirect them to another URL. So to do this, we click add redirect. We're going to select the domain we have. Then what we're going to do is we're going to put the path in. So this is whatever comes after. So to do a URL redirect, we're going to click add a redirect. You're going to select the exact domain you want in your account. Remember, you can have multiple domains in your account. You're going to click this right here or whatever domain you want. Then you're going to put in the path. The path path is what comes after this. Now, technically, you could just have it right after, but that would be really bad because then your website's going to another website, which you could do with a regular domain, but you want to add a path. So we're going to do /money. Okay, just say we created that extra path, which you just create through a website page. And then you're going to want URL as the redirect type. Then we're going to put in the target URL. So what's the target URL going to be? It's going to be matrimont.com. So now check this out. Anytime someone types David Plumbing and Son /money in, it's going to go right to here. So let's experiment. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to come right over to Google. We're going to type in this right here. And then we're going to do /money. Actually, you know what's even better? Let's just put this right up here. We're going to click enter. Look at that. It now goes ching to a different URL by just typing in that one thing. So it's super cool. Guys, you can do that with really any URL you're trying to shift to. And this can be really handy if you have multiple domains that you want pointing to one website. You can increase your traffic like crazy. So guys, that's how you do URL redirects. I showed you, I typed it in for you, I proved it for you. It's awesome. I definitely recommend you play with it because it is something that add a lot of extra traffic and make things much smoother in your process. And it's one of those little features in high level that a lot of people don't use or know about. And I just showed you how to use it. So make sure you utilize it. So if you're interested in learning more about websites, selling websites and all that good stuff, and actually having a full AI agency, I have a 30-day free trial link of High Level down below, where when you sign up with that, you'll get access to all of my free bonuses. So we're talking a private community where you can ask questions, get answers, all that good stuff. We're talking courses on literally everything I could possibly think of. How to get clients, tons of premium snapshots, okay, AI prompts. I mean, AI trainings. We have all the possible courses you could want. We also have 5 live coaching calls per week on Zoom where you can hop on with different people, including myself, okay, and get real strategy and talk to people face-to-face and network with other students. I'm telling you, there's no group like this. We also have prizes, okay, for people winning the leaderboard, and you can message me or anyone at any time you want and ask me questions through this community. And again, guys, all of this amazing stuff, all this stuff you see is free when you sign up with that 30-day free trial link down below. Now, if you already have High Level and you're like, I want this, there is another link you can click below that will give you access, which will show you a different way to get access. So make sure you check these out because I think you're really going to like it. So if that interests you, make sure you go right down below. You sign up for that 30-day free trial link. And if you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Back to the video. So now that you understand how to build websites in high level and all the other things that go into really building a website that's made to scale and all that other good stuff, I want to go over some other really important details, command settings, things that I think will really help you. So one of those is going to be custom values and custom fields. They can make building websites way easier and give you way more functionality. Okay, I also think they're going to be huge in the dawn of AI. So very, very important. Okay, number 2, a big thing I want to go over is adding users to your websites. So if you have a client or you have a VA or an employee, you want to give access to your website, I'm going to show you how to do that because it's really important that you actually know how to do these things because that's a big part about having a website. The next big thing I want to show you and really dive into that I didn't go over, even though it was right here, that I actually switched the way I was doing this, is the analytics, okay? Really important. And the ability to send reports, okay, to your clients, which is really important so they can see what the website is doing, how it's working, all that good stuff. So very, very important and gotta learn how to do analytics. So one of the last things I want to show you is the app marketplace for private integrations, because what happens is you may have stuff with real estate. You may have stuff with law firms where it's special softwares that aren't in high level. When the app marketplace, I'm going to show you how to find and connect stuff so you can actually have that extra level of functionality. And it's really great that High Level did this because it basically gives you the functionality to do anything for the most part inside of High Level. So we're going to be going over that stuff now. It's really important. Pay close attention. It's not as sexy and fun as the other stuff we went through, but it's really important if you want to have the full overarching overview of high-level websites. I'm going to be going over custom fields and custom values, what the differences are, why they're important, and how they can save you a ton of time. But before we jump in, please go down below and smash the subscribe button. If you have any questions at all, drop them down below or message me for free on Facebook. Let's jump right in. So you're going to come to your dashboard, you're going to come right down to settings, and you're going to scroll right down, and you have 2 options. You have custom fields and custom values. So before I go into the how-to of each of these, I just want to delineate and break apart what they are and why they are different. Because a lot of people think they're the same thing or they're similar, but they're actually very different. Let's check it out. Custom fields are labels for info about a contact like favorite color. They have everything to do with contacts. Custom values, on the other hand, are placeholders related to a sub-account that can be updated in one place and change everywhere across the website or across wherever you have the custom value. So the big difference about these immediately is one has to do with a sub-account, the other has to do with a contact, which is an opportunity, a lead, whatever you want to name it. So they're actually very different. One is a form field, the other is an automatic switch. And custom values, see, I have it down here again. Custom values are account wide, while custom fields are per contact. Custom fields can be on forms and surveys, contact detail pages, emails, text messages, and notes, and opportunities. Whereas custom values, website funnels, email campaigns, and templates, conversations, automations, and the social planner. Remember, custom values, sub-account wide. Custom fields has to do with a contact. Just for a hands-on example, say this is your form contact. These are fields, and then custom fields would just be a custom version of that. And you can have these, like I said before, in opportunities, conversations. They are just a customized data point about a contact. I'm going to repeat that again. A customized data point about a contact. Custom values, on the other hand, are placeholders across a website. So you could have all these buttons linked up to a custom value. And anytime you go into the custom values tab, okay, back here, and you change one thing, it will change that placeholder all across the website, form, automation, wherever, and these can save you a ton of time. So let's jump into creating these. So first off, when we go to custom fields down below, you will have basically three folders or tabs, so to speak. So you have all fields, which is where all of your custom fields will be. You will have folders, which is where you can segment custom, groups of custom fields, and then deleted fields, which are, as they sound, deleted fields. That's just where they go. And then to add a folder, you come right in here, you add name, put whether you want it to be a contact or opportunity. And then to add a field, okay, which is the most important part, we're just going to click right here. And then we basically just plug our info in. So remember I said before, a custom field is just a data point. That's all it is. It's a customized data point on a contact, so you can get more granular. Like, did this guy have insurance? Or did this guy have, a high credit score? Or was this guy, rich? It's just adding an extra element. So I'll just show you how to create this. So you pick whatever you would want it to be. So we'll do singular line. See what I showed you before? It's a field, hence custom fields. Then right there, then you're just going to add in info. So the first thing is putting your name in. So we'll do Declan O'Reilly. That'll be the name, and we'll just do Declan O'Reilly 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm just putting that in. Then you're going to pick the object, which is this a contact or an opportunity? So what kind of lead is this? And then grouping, which is what you're going to click, or group, which just determines where it will appear in the contact field. Then you have placeholder, which we will put in. Let's actually put in test 1, 2, 3. That is going to be, as you know, a placeholder, which is where it goes in the field. And then you can have it pre-fill value, plug in whatever you want, where it just auto fills, and then you have a unique key, which is identifier, and then description for further info. And then you just come and you click save. So group B, I forgot to click it, we'll opportunity details. Then we just click save, and then you're done. So that's how you create custom fields in the GoHighLevel. So now to show you how to access it, you just come right in here. So you come into your, this is in forms, by the way, custom forms, come right here, and then right there, we can plug it in just like that. And you can add all kinds of stuff. And guys, remember, it's that data point, that extra data point on each customer. You can create unlimited of these, access them in the conversations tab, and you have all kinds of abilities with this. Not gonna go super in depth on that because it's more strategy related, but custom fields, as I said before, can be used for forms and surveys, contact detail pages, email, text messages, and notes, opportunities, and a couple other things. So make sure you utilize these because you'll just get an extra data point on each client. So now we have custom values. Now, custom values are really, really cool for saving time. I mean, you can save so much stinking time with these. I mean, it's crazy. You can put them in one place, and then you come right here to the custom values tab to edit that. So say I had an email on a certain page, as opposed to me having to go all across the websites, forms, surveys, whatever, automations, I could literally just come right in here, change it, and it will change across all of my sub account. How awesome is that? It saves so much time. So for this one, I'm going to do it a little different. I'm going to first show you how these work within a website. And then once you get the idea for a website, you can do it in all those other places. And then I'm going to show you how to build them. But first, let's hop over to the website and let me show you just how powerful these are. So if we come into the website, we're just going to do this with phone number first. You'll see right here, and you can put these anywhere, guys, across high-level automations. I mean, this is a game changer. It's so freaking cool. So right here, I have my custom values right there. So I just copied and pasted, put it right there. And I also have them down here. So if you check out the website, you'll see doesn't have custom values. It just has the phone number that I put in the custom values. So yeah, so we go down and we go, oh shit, there it is too. But watch this. So we come into the custom values. This was the exact number you saw on the website. Okay, but let's change it now. Okay, so we added custom value. I'm gonna show you how to do this in a second. I'm just showing you the power of this. This to 760.009-9087 update. So now that it's updated at this number, look at that. It just magically changed wherever I put it. And think about it this way. Think big. If I had this custom value all across my automations, my forms, my social planner, you guys starting to see how cool it is. This is very unique to GoHighLevel. This is not something I see really on any other CRMs. It's something they've done that is, it's so legit if you can use properly. That means that on any website, anywhere, you can set up all these different custom values, and then you just come right into one spot, change it one time, and it changes across the site. It's like better search and replace in Word doc. It finds all the places where you had this placeholder, and then it changes it. So this is awesome because, like I said before, you can do this with so much. There is no limit to what you can do, and you just have to get links for this. So let me walk you through. All your values will be right through here. Okay, you can select them just like this. For any bulk actions, folders is where you folder your custom values, just like custom fields. Same thing to add a folder. You click right here, put your name and click save. And then to add a custom value, you're just going to click this, and it's very simple. So the first thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to have a name. Let's do logo. So we'll come right in here. We'll do logo for website. Now, what you have to do for value is you have to put something that is either a link or the thing itself. So it's a phone number, it's the phone number. If it's email, it's an email address. If it's a name, it's a name. If it's a link to an image, a link to anything, you have to put the link in. So for an image, we have to get the image link. So you're going to come back in your dashboard. You're going to come down to media storage, and HighLevel makes this so awesome because they give you media storage. And now we just have to pick a logo. So we'll just pick this right here. So you're just going to do this, get link. Remember, custom values, it's the link, it's the value, it's the number, it's the name. It has to have a specific place to go, because then what HighLevel does is it creates it for you. So we'll click paste. Okay, that has been added successfully. Now let us find it, and you can search for it, but we're going to go right here. So logo for website. So check this out. Look how cool this is. It creates the custom value. So it immediately puts code in, and it knows exactly what to do. So you don't create the custom value per se. You just plug in the info and it creates it for you. You can put this in so many different places, but let me show you how it works. So we're just going to copy it. Okay. We'll come over to the website. I'm just going to throw this in just to show you. Let's find image. Obviously, you want to put a real logo in a real place. Come right here. We'll click this. Actually, we don't need to do it. We can just, you put that custom value. It's actually already popped up, so I didn't even gotta change it. But the idea is it is now linked. So if we come back here, we now have it. So obviously, you would never put it there. You guys understand what I'm saying here. But the cool part is now, if you have that logo across the website, so you got it in the footer, you got it up here, you may have it on some pages, as opposed to you having to go to each page to cancel it or to change it. You can change it in one place, and it will change across the sub account. Like, I'm really emphasizing this, because one change, you could have automations changed, you could have email templates changed, you could have websites changed, you could have funnels changed, courses, like literally everywhere. Anywhere you put these, it will pre-populate and change. So now you're seeing how you can save a bunch of time, and you now know how to create them. It's that simple, guys. It is literally so easy to do. So other than that, guys, I hope this helps. Remember, if you have any questions at all, drop them down below. Or if you have any more in-depth questions, you can message me for free on Facebook. Now I'm going to be showing you how to add users in GoHighLevel. So that's adding, team members, employees, VAs, salespeople, whatever, into your sub account so they can also have access to HighLevel. Before we jump in, go right down below, smash the subscribe button. And if you have any questions at all, drop a comment down below or message me for free on Facebook. So we're going to come right down to settings, come right into my staff, and you'll be brought to a page that looks like this. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is just to click add employee, okay, and you'll be brought to this page. So the fastest way to do this is literally just putting in a first name, putting in a last name, putting in an email, and clicking save. That will send the user an email, okay? So whoever's email you put in, GoHighLevel will send them an email, okay, with the login info. That's the simplest way to do it. Now, there is other things you can do where you get basically roles and permissions, making sure they have another layer, which is what I highly recommend you do. So first things first is always, this is where be their first initial profile info. So, you know, picture if you want, first name, email, all that stuff, and to add them to any calendar if they're sales position. But under here, you're going to have roles and permissions. And this is where it really gets important, because these basically are the features in the sub account that they have access to. And you don't want them to have access to everything, because some people screw stuff up. So you don't want that. Okay, so right in here, you're just going to scroll right down and you're going to have access to all of these features, okay? So you can turn any of these off or on. So contacts, communities, conversations, all of these features. Does that make sense? You can turn these on and off for the user. So if you don't want a user using calendars, you can toggle it off. If you don't want someone using memberships, you can toggle it off. So that makes sense. This basically gets rid of any sort of features that you would not want them to use. So you just scroll right through here and you just toggle off, and then you have extra little features in here depending on the level you want to go. So that's how you basically toggle anything on and off, basically giving them full permissions. Now, here's the thing. There's admins and users, okay? And there is a difference. Admins, I would make if someone wants to like get in and really control the sub account. Users are people that just want to check stuff out. And this is the GoHighLevel website itself. So I like to bring this up so people can see it, okay? But this is the difference between a user and admin, okay? So these are the features that admins basically have access to, you know, edit information fields, edit business logo, adding more users, stuff with contacts and opportunities. It's all right here that admins have access to. And then basically users don't have access to that. And they do this because they don't want users going in, you know, screwing shit up, because trust me, this happens a lot. So that's basically what that is. And that's the main difference between users and admins. Yes, you can put toggle stuff on and off for admins themselves, but you just have to choose. And then you just go right back here, and then yeah, you have everything you have access to, then you click save. Now, a couple more features I just want to go over just in case you want to know. Call and voicemail settings. These will be setting up voicemails. As you see, you can add it in for this user. Okay, so if you're doing a big sales position, you have phone numbers all over the place, you can add their stuff right here. Okay, so that's where you would add the phone numbers. Again, salespeople, and you'll say it's a hair salon or somewhere where there's a lot of like calendar info going on, you can set what time they're available. So what hours does that person work? And then calendar configuration, adding, you know, stuff with, if you want to add stuff with Google Calendars and other stuff. But that's basically all of the ways you add these features to the user, salesperson, whoever you're working with. And guys, this is a really simple thing, but a lot of people oftentimes don't set this up properly. They turn the things off. They're giving users admins and admins users. Take a little bit of time. Make sure you have this properly dialed in, because the last thing you want is someone going in and just clicking random shit. Oh, I accidentally deleted your contacts, because this does happen. And I'm telling you, if you have people that are tech stupid, keep them away from tech, okay? Keep them away from tech. So that's it in a nutshell. It is that simple. You just come right in. And again, as I said before, when you put all this in, you go through, you fill all this stuff out, you just click save, and it will send them an email, okay? It will do this automatically. If that doesn't work and they're having problems, you can always come in, make a password for them, send them the email and password through the GoHighLevel login, and it will take them right in. So you can just do app.gohighlevel and they'll log right in. Simple as that. Again, quick little troubleshooting error. I recommend if someone's like, I don't have access to it, tell them it's in spam. I cannot tell you how many times this will go to spam and people will freak out and be, I never got access. Check spam. This is like a basic like tech thing that you just always want to know. It may be in spam. So that's a little error to keep in mind. But other than that, it's very simple. Last but not least, you can have a quick add option right here. If you're immediately getting started, you can just click this. Okay, put the email in and click send invite, and you'll be good to go. The thing is this is pretty much admin privileges immediately, because as you see, SA privileges like those, they accept the ability to add new users. Well, in here, that is something admin does have access to, and it will just discard that, but it'll give them access to everything else. So if you're in a pinch and you have a gazillion people you want to get in, you can come right in here. You can just click quickly add users, okay, prompt it in, put in the email, and then you are done and you are good to go. So simple, so straightforward. So other than that, guys, thank you for watching. So the first thing you're going to do is come into high level and go right down to reporting, and it'll bring you to a page that looks just like this. Then you're going to click new report. So right here, you have three options. You have create from blank. Okay, so this is just out of the blue, from template library, and clone existing report. These are coming soon, but this will just be a library of reports, and this will just be cloning one you already have. Then down here, what it's going to do is it's going to allow you to create one off of the dashboard you have right now in your sub account, and it's going to pull all that info. So that will be pre-made. So let me show you. If we come to select and we click this, okay, it's going to be completely blank, and you're going to add in stuff, which we're going to get into this in a second, but it's just going to be completely blank. If we come back, okay, and we do new report, and we do from dashboard, it is going to take what's on the dashboard and bring it in here to the report. So I want to make this really clear. This report and all of the reports are the dashboard analytics. It just takes everything on the dashboard and brings it into a report and sends it to them whenever you want. This is all your data. If you didn't know, in GoHighLevel, that's what the dashboard is. And you can actually edit this dashboard to only keep certain information, which we're going to get to just in a little bit, which is amazing. Because what a lot of people do is they have random stuff here. You may not be running Facebook ads. You may not be running Google ads. You don't need any of this. There's a lot of things you may not need in here that you can actually get rid of. And you can edit this and only have the right data, which I actually highly recommend you do. And I see very little people do this, and their clients don't know what they're doing. They're like, what are you guys doing for me? Well, if you just keep the right data, it'll make them look like you're doing a lot more, which, trust me, you want if you're doing a good job. Because remember, these people don't understand what you're doing for them. It just sounds like magic. Okay, so we're going to come down to reporting. And what we're going to do is we're going to pull this dashboard in the new report. Okay, and we're going to come right in. We're going to have the dashboard, and we're going to click import. This is the easiest way to do this. You name it right there. This will be a date range of when you want to see a report. Did you just want to see it from Tuesday to Wednesday or for a whole month? You can click that right there. And then this is how to export immediately and get the file and then cancel or save it. So this is your report. This is what it looks like. And this can be sent to your clients so they can see, wow, look at that. I get X, Y, and Z, and you know, this looks like they're doing good. Now, why is this better than a simple, look at your dashboard? Is A, that's more work for them because they got to log in to HighLevel, do a lot of stuff. And B, they don't really understand it. If you send them a custom report via email with only the data you want, it looks more professional. It's like, boom, your weekly report of what Declan is doing for you on GoHighLevel. Way more professional, way better, and it shows the data you're doing. Quick tidbit before I go into editing and customizing this. One of the biggest issues I see when it comes to people keeping their clients is data. They have no way of showing clients what they're doing. Remember, you understand marketing and sales and CRMs and AI. Your clients most likely have no clue what it is. They don't get it. So with data and with numbers, you can show them this is what we're doing and this is how it works. If you do this well, will keep your clients paying you longer. Guaranteed. You just have to understand this because data is one of the big things that scares people away because you don't have it. So the first big thing is adding elements and widgets to your report. So right in here, just to let you know, you can delete any of this. And what we can do is we can move things over and we can edit the way your report looks. So we want to have this up here. You just drag and drop, okay, just the way you want it, just like that. And you can edit it very simply, very easily. Clean these three dots. You can delete little parts of it. You can delete the whole thing. it's really, really neat. And you can also add a bunch of stuff in. So the first thing I want to show you is you have all of these data points. So you have every single data point on contacts available, every single data point on appointments available, opportunities, visitor data, emails, calls, conversions, payments. You basically have all of the data points you could possibly want. And you can just click in, find the one you want, click it, okay, configure it the way you want, and then click save. And what it's going to do is it's going to pop up right in here. And then you can drag and drop and play with it where you want. So I just want to make sure you understand that you have all of the possible data points you could want. Everything from calls to emails, open to emails, sent to payments received. You can configure this any which way you want. You just log over here, you click this right here, then you click this, click save, and we'll bring it in just like I did here. So step number one is just getting the data you want onto the report. Step number two now is how we want the data to look on the report, which is really, really cool. So we're going to come up here. We're going to click contacts. We're going to click the contacts count. We're going to click save. Okay. We're going to come right in here. And now we can edit this in multiple which ways. So we can click a donut, save, boom. It is now looks like that. We then could go, now let's do it a line. We click save. Look at that. It's now a line. We can do a bar. Let's do a bar. Change this. Guys, this is going to make your basic report look so much cleaner. Because what a lot of people do is they just keep it as is. A lot of people are visual. It looks way cooler. If you're making a lot of money and has bars and crafts, it just looks cooler. They can visually see it. Just having words doesn't cut it. So you can edit it even more like that. Then you can add any sort of conditions or themes, which is different colors, different kind of layouts, simple like that. So that's pretty cool. That gives you a lot of flexibility. So again, step number one is coming right in here, clicking edit widget and picking exactly what data you want to show on your report and deleting what data you don't want on your report. Then your next step is to edit and customize the data you have on the page making it look a certain way. And again, you can add elements in here if you want to add any stuff with images and titles. You just literally click this, plug in the image you want via this, and then click save. Very simple, just like all of their builders. Code, text, simple stuff like that. And then themes, we already went over that. It's just picking the way you want this thing to look. Quick thing I want to show you is that you can do this same editing on the dashboard. So if we go back and we come back up to dashboard, you have the same ability to edit the dashboard. Again, the reports are the dashboard. It's just pulling that. So you can come right in here, you can click edit dashboard, and you can actually configure the dashboard the way you want. So we don't want this. You delete all of them. You can literally do all the whole drag and drop thing, whatever way you want. And you can then edit this as much as you want. You can even add widgets. The same thing we just went over. Remember when we just went over data, how it looks, elements, themes? You can do that exact same thing on your dashboard. And what I recommend you do, if you're going to be doing this in a niche, plumber, HVAC, electrician, whatever, I recommend you create the coolest kind of report for that kind of client and have that in a snapshot along with all your other stuff. So every time you bring this over, you now have the perfect reporting. I'm telling you guys, this is way more powerful and important than you think. Like, reporting is a art, okay? And if you do it right, people are blown away because they're like, oh my gosh, we got that many clicks. I love it. Let's do more. A lot of you guys aren't doing this at all. And your clients aren't edified or motivated by the process at all. Seeing is believing, and this helps keep your clients longer. So again, just to reiterate, you can do the same kind of editing on the dashboard because the dashboard is where you pull the custom reports from and they get sent to every single month. So basically all you gotta do is edit the report the way you want it. And then you can come in here and do page properties. This just takes a couple different things out. As you see, it removes dividers, titles like up here. It can remove this stuff. But you can add a logo in to basically be on top of everything. So if we want Declan's face, it then will be on all the pages. Very cool. You can just edit it a little more like that. And this is right under page properties. It just gives you a little more functionality to edit it. You obviously wouldn't want it red. That looks really dumb, but you pick exactly how you want to look. And page properties just gives you that little bit more editing. And then right over here, we basically can name each page, which is actually really good. So if we come right here, we could do sales, and it would be a sales page. When they open up, they go, oh, this is the sales page, which I think is really important. Don't leave it untitled page. You want to name each page, especially if you have big reports. That way it looks good. And again, to do this, you would just click page list right here, and then you access it like this. You just click these three dots and you can either delete or rename. Last but not least, we manage permissions. This is just who gets access to the report. Do you only want a user to see it? Do you want everyone to see it? But you would just click it like that and then click save, on or off. You can pick who you want access to. And again, you just designate how you want that to go down. But that's it. Once you have your report configured the way you want it, and you're like, I like this, it looks good. Remember, it'll stay this way. You then come up here and click send or schedule. This is the final part in this process, is how frequently do you want this to show up? Do you want this daily? Do you want this monthly? Do you want this weekly? You pick. I would recommend weekly or monthly. Doing it every day is like a bit much unless you're dealing with high volume business. We'll just pick weekly. And this is going to be when it gets automatically sent. Because guys, when we set this up, it's automatic. It's hands off. It just sends them the reports. So we'll do Monday at 10 a.m. That's perfect. Date range, last 7 days. This is how much you want the report to be in. We'll just leave it at that. Make sure you have your proper email in. You want to put your subject line in. This is really important. Be, business name. So put in their business name and then do weekly report or stats, something like that. That's really, really important. You pick the exact recipients you want. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to pick this right here, and then you're going to pick a message if you want to add it in. But what I recommend you do first before you schedule this is send this to somebody so you can test this. It's very, very important. We're going to send this right now. We're going to send a test email. That way you've sent a test and you can just proof and make sure it looks good. And once everything looks good and your report is done, you're going to click save and schedule. And what this is going to do is it's just going to schedule this, and it'll be forever taken care of and hands off. And this is what it's going to look like when you are done with this. It's going to look just like this. It's going to say weekly. It'll have that green bubble, and then you're done. And if you want to edit it further, you can come in here, you click manage permissions, duplicate to another account. So you could send this to another sub account if you have this, looking real good in the way you want it, or you just click delete and it's done. And it's as simple as that. So guys, it's super easy to get custom reports. I just walked you through. You can do it in 5 to 10 minutes. You can make them look amazing and it'll be automated. You don't have to do anything. Okay? That you show your clients logically with data what you are doing. Because a lot of the time you sell them, they're really excited, they're happy, but then they have no clue what you're doing and they think it's some sort of magic spell when it's not. So please make sure you have custom reports set up. It will help you so much. So now that you now understand website design and everything in high level with websites, there's one more important component that you need to learn, and that's traffic, okay? Getting people to look at your site. So I filmed a ton of extra content here that you're gonna see in just a little bit, like in 20, 30 seconds, okay? That's going to be on search engine optimization. This is one of the most important parts about having a website, and that is getting people to visit it. You can't make money if no one's visiting it. If you and your mom are visiting your website every month, no one's gonna buy from you. You have to get out there. And ads and SEO are the two ways you do it. So what we're gonna be focusing on is ranking you on Google. That's the whole goal. And the point of this is the higher up you get, when more people search, okay, they find you and they go to your website. This also plays hand in hand with AI SEO, where people search on ChatGPT, Grok, Gemini, all these things. Your name comes up. The whole goal is to drive that traffic towards your business, your company, whatever. And guys, this is one of the most important things you can learn with high level, is learning how to drive traffic to what you have built. So guys, I've spent a lot of time filming this. It's a lot of content, but I'm telling you right now, this next section is going to blow you away, and it is so valuable. And the whole goal here is to try to rank your business #1 so you can get all of the leads and the lion's share of the business. Let's jump right in. So the first thing I want to do, in case you don't know, is just explain to you what AEO even is, because a lot of people are very confused. So AEO stands for Answer Engine Optimization, or AI SEO. And it is taking over traditional SEO by a lot, and it is the future. So this is like not something you can opt out of. You actually have to learn this if you want to be online. So as you see right here, this is a prime example of AEO. You're getting an answer as opposed to a search. So back in the day, people would search and they would come in and they would find what they wanted, but now it cuts out all the time and it will just give them exactly what they're looking for, which saves them a ton of time, okay, and actually gives them the right answer, because a lot of the time the searches give inaccurate stuff. But it goes a step further. Okay, it's not just that it's on Google, it's on all AI search engines. This is what people don't understand. It's on ChatGPT, it's on Gemini, it's on Grok, it's on Claude, it's on all of them. They also source information. I had people come to my hair salon that said that they found my hair salon through ChatGPT, which is crazy to me. It wasn't the traditional, oh, I went on Google, AI gave it to them. So if you come in here and you go, best plumbing company in Winchester, Virginia, look what happens. It's giving me a map. It's giving me options. It's picking the top rated, the best of the best, and it's serving them to me. Guys, this is crazy. Do you see this? Like, this is a future. So many people are now using this as their search engine. And the same thing with Google. It's just coming up in the AI overview and people are using that instead of actually looking. So here's the catch. Okay, this is why you're watching this video. I'm going to show you one of the best ways, at least now at the beginning of this video, to get ranked up here, okay? And ranked on ChatGPT and ranked in all these places. I'm showing you how to pop up, because look, these people popped up, but there's a lot of other people that were in this area that didn't pop up. So why did they pop up? Well, is because according to the AI, they were the best optimized, okay, for AEO, whether they knew it or not. But there are ways that I'm going to show you to get in here. And this is so important because this is the future. This isn't something that's a fad. This is the future, okay? So you want to make sure you double down on this. So another big step in understanding AEO is understanding the way it works. So traditional search engines, people would get on Google, they would search, they would look around, and they would find said answer. Now what's happening is people are searching on Gemini, which is the Google AI overview, which you just saw, Claude, ChatGPT, Grok, or any other search engine, and it's feeding them the answer they want. But here's the catch. These AI platforms are pulling their info from Google, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, also known as X, TikTok, Facebook, and so much more. It is pulling this info from somewhere. It's not just a magical thing. It doesn't just immediately know where to pull this from. It doesn't just make it up. It pulls from a database of knowledge. That is why this is very similar to SEO. It's just an upgraded form of SEO. And the goal here is to optimize your website or your client's website so that when they search in here, it pops up. Again, guys, it's like when the internet first started. It's free traffic. It is crazy. So again, just in case you don't believe me how powerful this is, this was in 2023 to 2024, not even the current year. This is an article from Ahrefs showing some of these big SaaS companies, the drop in traffic. Look at the drop in traffic. It's like a 99% drop for a lot of them. I mean, it's huge. And this is just like across the board, this is happening. And this was when people just had SEO. They didn't actually have AEO implemented. Their traffic dropped because, again, they weren't popping up here. And if people can just read this, they're not going to scroll down to read that. Same thing for local businesses. 60 5% of small businesses saw their traffic drop over 30%. This was in 2024, guys. 2025 is way more intense. So again, you have to learn this. This isn't something you can just opt out of. That's why I'm going over this first part so intensely, is you have to understand this, that AEO is here to stay. But more importantly, it's like one of the biggest cheat codes because so few people know how to do it because it's new and it's going to keep evolving. So now that you understand this, let's go into how to do AEO for your clients and for yourself. So this video is going to be broken down into two parts. Okay, number one is going to be content. So it's what we're going to do to your web page, is the content put on to rank. Okay, number two is going to be the off-page AEO that's going to help boost the website. So it's very similar to SEO. It's just a upgraded version. So first up, we're going to focus on content. Okay, and there's 4 pieces that we're going to go through. The first one is just going to be optimizing your website. This is a clean layout, especially on mobile, and optimized for speed. Let me walk you through it. So you're going to go to your website builder. In this video, I'm using GoHighLevel because I love GoHighLevel. I'm the GoHighLevel wizard. I'm a fanatic of it. All my videos are on GoHighLevel. This can work though on any website builder. Just know AEO is not something you just do on HighLevel, though it is easier on HighLevel. You can do it anywhere. So just remember, these principles I'm showing you apply to any website builder. You just do the same thing in a different place. So you're going to come into whatever website builder, and then you're going to go to the page you want. So I just pull up this about page, and I'm just going to walk you through a couple things on making this sleeker, mobilely optimized, and faster. So the first really important thing is mobile optimization. If you do not believe me, this is global traffic in January 2025. 62% of all global web traffic was on mobile. Here's the thing though, this is global. In America, it's more like 80 to 90%. Why? Because the revenue per person and all that stuff is way more. So they actually have way more phones than the rest of the world. Like America has the most of this. So it's actually way more in America, which is where a lot of your clients are. So you have to understand that this is even more than just global, which even with global, it's insane. So mobile optimization is so important. So tips for mobile optimization, you just want it to be as clean and as simple as possible. Take anything out if it is complicated. That's why when I see people building websites and they're adding all this stuff and these complex CSS graphics and stuff, it's only for web. For mobile, it looks terrible. So you want everything to be perfectly sized. So for this, you could even make this just a tad smaller because again, when you're scrolling, you want this to be like way more compact. Again, I recommend you don't just look in here, you pull out a phone to double check when you're done, but you don't want any spaces like this or anything like that. You want to kind of reduce this as much as you can. So we would go like this. And again, you want to make sure that you're doing this all through like the phone part. You're not accidentally doing it for both. And what's going to happen, guys, is a lot of websites will come already optimized, or they're called responsive. But here's the thing, oftentimes when you do stuff on desktop, it will tweak and mess up what it looks like on mobile. So you always want to double check. Oftentimes there will be problems. So you always want to double check and just go through and make sure everything looks properly optimized. You don't want stuff to the side. People scroll like this, center on down. You want to make sure everything is perfectly scrollable, optimized, and it's not too big or too small. So mobile optimization, huge. You want to go through and make sure that it has that clean look. Second really important part is speed. So the way you get websites faster, okay, is obviously if you have a really good server that they're on. But a lot of the time it comes down to making sure your images aren't too heavy and you have a cleaner layout and not a ton of files on your page. But here's the thing, there are other things you can do to speed this up. So on HighLevel, I recommend to every image you come in and you make sure that optimize image load is on. This will help speed it up. Now, HighLevel doesn't have speed plugins, but for WordPress, Wix, and a lot of the other people, you can use speed plugins. These are especially popular. They can use caching plugins, speed plugins. You can just go to the plugin store, get them for free. They will help speed up your website. So what you can do too, if you're concerned about your speed, if you've done stuff with speed plugins, you can come to any sort of speed website. They're all around and you can just paste your URL in just like this and analyze. And what this is going to do is this is going to run an analysis on your computer to see if it's fast enough. Now you can do this anywhere. You don't have to do this, but this is a good thing to do to make sure that your website is running really fast. Because again, if someone gets on a website and it's just loading, they will leave immediately. Most of the time, especially at HighLevel, the websites are relatively fast. You shouldn't have to worry about this. But just know if you get on and your website's loading slowly, this is something you definitely want to fix because this is a big part of having it be clean and optimized. The last part on this is just making sure that you have a basic general aesthetic layout. That means not a ton of special effects. People think that to make it look good, you have to make it look like it's a spaceship. Just make it simple, straightforward, easy on the eyes, which usually is less. Quick recap on step number one, make sure your website is mobilely optimized, make sure it is speed optimized, and then make sure your layout is just clean. Simple as that. So now that we've done number one, we now need to move on to number two, which is create questions/statements. And these are 5 long tail questions. Now we're really getting into the AEO part and how this differs from SEO. Because I know a lot of people with SEO, they have the different sort of blog, put a lot of content in. This is different, okay? So let's create this so you can understand just how this process works. So the first thing I just want to say really quickly is the difference between long tail and short tail keywords. Long tail keywords are very specific phrases with a bunch of stuff that are just very narrow. Short tail is, let's say, very vague. So example, long tail would be the best hair salon in Purcellville, Virginia for balayages. It's like so narrow. Vague would be the best hair salon in Virginia. It's just so wide that it doesn't quite hit. The reason you need to be very targeted is, remember, these are answer engines, not search engines. It's not to try to load it with keywords they understand. It's trying to answer a specific question so the user can go, that's what I want. That's why the long tail is so important. AI has to know exactly what it is and to get that granular so they can find the exact thing that they're searching for. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do 2 of these. I recommend 5 to 7, but I'm just going to show you how to do it so you can do it. You're going to want 5 to 7 on your page. So the first one, which will be an H1, okay? You're not going to have H. So the first one we're going to do is we're just going to do best woman's hair cuts in Purcellville, Virginia. Okay, so now we have it. So it's very, very specific and it's dialed into one specific thing. You're going to want to do this, okay, 7 times for your page. This is how you're going to lay out your pages. You're going to make it be answering these questions. Now, you don't want it super robotic. This is the other important part that I got to talk about. You don't want this like best haircuts in Purcellville for women, but these are actually the best haircuts for, just like going on, just smashing keywords. Don't do that. We want this to be more fluent and actually make sense. Okay, so what I want to say is the first one on your page will be your H1. Still, a lot of SEO strategies apply. They cross over, so make sure you understand that. So this first one will be an H1. All the rest will be H2s, just to let you know, but you want that first one to be an H1. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna do shampoo, okay, treatments for women over 40 in Purcellville, Virginia. Okay, let's make sure we got that right. Okay. And boom, that's like pretty narrow. So we're going to make sure this is an H2. It is. Okay. So you want to go through and you want to make sure that you do this down across your page. This is just a test page I'm using, but make sure you have 5 to 7. If you need to pause the video and lay these out or do this later, please come back because this is really important. Each of your pages will be listed with that. That's how we basically go through it. It's 5 to 7 questions or statements that we're going to answer in a second. But first, you want to make sure you lay them out so we have them set. Again, I just want to reiterate, this is so important. Please make it seem organic, okay? The questions and statements can be more broad, like best woman's haircuts in Purcellville, Virginia. That's fine for a long tail, but you just don't want to make this be so spammy that it's like, okay, no one's going to ask that. You know what I mean? So just keep that in mind because some people, they just jam as many keywords in. It looks AI written. That's another thing too. In order to work well in AEO, you don't want to just have generic AI content. You want to have it be more original. So now that we've gotten step number 2 done, we've put 5 to 7 statements or questions on our page to rank. We now move on to number 3, which is answering these questions that we laid out, okay, with 1 to 2 sentences plus optimizing for voice search, which is when people go, hey, Siri, can you find me, blah, blah, blah. It's a voice search. And this is how we're going to optimize, guys. Such a hack. So now we just answer the question we've laid out above in all of your questions with 1 to 2 sentences, not paragraphs. This is what a lot of people do. They try to keyword stuff. Don't do that. Make it shorter and simpler and just make it. So what we're going to do is we're going to come right in here. Okay, first, make this anything but an H1, neither an H2. Plain H5 would be better, paragraph font. And what we're going to do is we're going to simply answer this question in about 2 sentences. Another thing before we go into writing this that I want to let you know is it's best not to have ChatGPT just generate random stuff. I recommend, if you're going to do that, to switch it up just slightly, okay? So I'm going to show you how to do this right now so it makes sense, but we're going to come to ChatGPT, okay, and we're going to put this in and we're going to get something very good. So I need this AEO question question answered on my website in 2 sentences. Make like a human. So what I would recommend too is tweaking what you have after or giving it more input. Like, hey, we offer this service, this service, because it might be like balayage, washing hair, all these other microservices in there to make it make more sense. But we're going to use ChatGPT to leverage this. This is fine. See, this is pretty good, but I might make it even more personal. Okay. Say we also give free shampoos after. You want to make it like very personal to you, not just like more generic, like we leave you feeling confident and your best self glowing. Like that stuff is cool, but it's like, it's so generic. I want to make it a little more dialed in. So what we're going to do is we're going to come back. Okay. We're going to come right in here and we're going to paste, okay, said copy right in here. Now, again, you don't want this super long. And remember, make this like an H5 or H whatever. Don't make it an H1, make it paragraph text. But the goal here is we just answered this exact question, okay, right here. Now, I would recommend you take more time. For the sake of this video, I'm going faster, but go through and make sure that your 7 long tail questions that you answered, remember we talked about this earlier, just make sure that you go in and you answer them in as simple and as straightforward as possible, okay? And then you wanna make sure you do the same for this one right here and all of the ones you have. I'm just doing 2 for the sake of the video, but you wanna make sure you add that in. So another tip, if you just wanna be more like organized about this, write them all down, make them perfect, and then plug them in ChatGPT and then tweak after. Again, you want human written content for the most part. You don't want to like start tweaking stuff and making it look bad. You don't want to do that. You want to make it more natural. So we're going to come back and we're going to come right in here and we're going to paste what we have. So boom, we now are answering what we have in very short form. Again, what a lot of people did in the SEO world is they jam as much stuff as possible. You don't want that. Google knows they just want an answer to the question. This is AEO, guys. This is the future. And then from there, you just want to make sure you do this for all the questions that you put on the page. You go through and you do each one step by step. The last thing is if you want to optimize this for voice search, you want to keep your answers to under 30 words and you want to use local queries. So like haircuts in Purcellville, Virginia. Because when people search, they go, hey, what's near me? Want to have that proximity. So when they search, it gives them the exact answer. Nothing super generic and vague and broad. We want narrow. The whole point of AEO is we're answering questions on the search engine. So when people are on ChatGPT, Claude, Google's, Gemini, wherever, when they search, it goes, okay, we went on Zoe's website and we see that the best women's haircuts are actually in Purcellville, Virginia. And right here, it says they give free shampoo, but that way it gets super narrow. If you use the local queries and you keep it under 30 words, you are now also optimized for voice search, which is huge. So make sure you go through, if you want to be optimized for voice search, you go through all of your questions and you do this and you make sure they're all perfect and then their answers are also perfect. So now that we have 1, 2, and 3 done, we now move on to one of the most important parts, which is the schema markup, which we can use AI to generate the proper markup. Now this part is very important because this is a big part of AEO and understanding what's on the web page. Because again, AI is one of the most powerful algorithms ever to exist. So it needs code, which is JavaScript, to understand. So I'm going to show you how to use AI to do this for you, leverage the work so you can be like a pro coder in seconds. Let me show you how. So in case you don't know what schema is, it is code that helps your website be crawled by the Google bots much more easily. It's the back end system. They can go, okay, this is what it's about. Amateurs don't know how to do this. Like the more advanced people do. With AI, it's so much easier. So if you do not know what this means, because you'll see this all the time, LD, this is JavaScript object notation, okay, for linked data. That is what that stands for. You don't really need to know what that means because it's just JavaScript, which is code, but I'm going to show you how to generate this very, very easily. So I've taken out all the work for you and I made this so simple because I'm the GoHighLevel Wizard and I love you and I just want to make your life easier. I've laid out the different kinds of schema for your pages. So most of the time you have to search and figure out what to do, but there's really a couple different kinds. So there's local business, contact page, about page, service pages, FAQ/blog pages. So this will really be your home page, but what I can do, and again, because I'm going to walk you through how to set the schema up, but if you guys want this to copy and paste, just let me know in the comments right down below, drop them, and I'll give it to you guys just to make your life easier so you can copy and paste. But what we're going to do is we're going to take these, we're going to fill these out, then we're going to have AI convert it into code. Okay, this helps so much in ranking your website. So let me show you how. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the service page one, which is the demo I was doing on a service page. And I'm going to walk you through this exact one here. So what you're going to want to do, again, I'll drop it in the comments if you guys need this, but you're going to want to get the service name for your business, a short description of your business, your pricing, and your service area location for your business, and then we're going to convert it to code. So make sure you do this, and then let's hop on over to ChatGPT to do this. So now that we've finished the first part of this entire process, we now need to move on to step number 2 and the final part, which is off-page AEO. And this is so critical that you do this. And it's similar to traditional local SEO, but it's also way different, and there's emphasis on different things. So first up, we're just gonna be going over Google Business Profile Optimization, reviews, and citations, and why reviews more than ever are critical. Let's jump right in. So the first thing you wanna do on your Google Business Profile, if you don't have one of these, get one of these, is you just wanna make sure it reflects the website, has the same keywords, the same verbiage. It has to be a mirror of the website. Too many people, the website's way different numbers, different text. Make sure all of your info is up to date. Everything, double check. I see a lot of people like, yeah, it's up to date, and their hours are wrong. Make sure it's all up to date, and make sure you're putting out posts weekly. They have a feature, okay, where you can actually create posts. These basically go out and pop all over the internet, and they tell, okay, AI and the search engines, they go, hey, look, this just popped up with kids' haircuts right here in Percival, Virginia. Check this out. And it keeps it and brings it into factor when it is bringing up the AI search. And this is big for ChatGPT and all these other things. This is one of the ways you get into the AI algorithm is by having this. So make sure it mirrors and you have posts out and it's reflecting it. Also for posts, guys, if you literally are struggling with that, GoHighLevel has an amazing planner that you can use. Come in and just schedule your posts very simply. You can have all of your work done and dusted, rank the GMB, while it's hands off. So that's another amazing thing that they have. Now, the most important part is reviews. In a world of AI, where everything is generated, no one knows what's real, reviews are the last bastion of hope when it comes to real things. And Google is so advanced. They're so advanced in knowing where the reviews come from. They know the IP address of who left the review. This is something you can't fake. You can AEO optimize your website all day long. You can come in here, you can put all of the posts you want, you can do all of these things. Anyone can do them, but not anyone can have tons of 5-star quality Google reviews. It is the one thing you can't fake. And it is becoming more important because AI can spin out all this content. We don't know what's real. This is. So just remember, in the future, reviews are the most important thing possible. And I actually want to show you, because this is part of reputation management. I've built out this amazing automation. This is an entire power-packed reputation management automation setup that you can take any of your clients, okay, any of your clients, whatever platform, plug them in, and it will come in and it will get reviews on autopilot. So you can go hands off. They will pay you every single month for reputation management. You're doing zero work once you have it set up, and it's building the reviews and ranking them #1 on Google, which is a huge part of AEO. So make sure you do that because it's critical. So again, guys, reviews. I could talk about this all day, but they're actually getting more important. So I know I already tweak when it comes to reviews, but they're like so much more important than ever. And you want to have them automated. You don't want to have to continually send out blasts going, I need this, I need that, and working full time. You want to automate them so you can get paid and get all of your time back. That's how we do this, guys. The point of marketing is to work smarter, not harder. The last step in this process is citations. Okay, so these basically go around the internet. We can find them right here. Yelp has citations. They're all across the internet. And what these do is they're little mini websites with your name, address, phone number, and basic key info that help boost your website. Thank you so much for watching. If you are interested in having that AI agency or learning more about HighLevel or all that stuff, please check out the link down below. I know we talked about that. But also, even if you have HighLevel, you can click the other link to see how you can join the amazing community. If you guys have any questions at all about anything, please drop them down below. I answer very quickly. But now what I'm going to do is I'm going to link a video at the end of this video, which is just going to be the most in-depth high-level tutorial of all time of literally every feature. Okay, it's insane. It's like 11 hours long. It's absurd. But if you're really on this journey to master HighLevel, I recommend you watch it because it's got a lot of golden nuggies that I think you're really, really going to like. So that's going to pop at the end of the screen, so make sure you watch it. So again, guys, comments, drop them down below. If you're interested, sign up with that link down below. And as always, watch the video that pops up at the end of the screen.